What's up, Adieros? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Waffle House. It is 9:18. It's late night. It's Friday and work is done. Work is done. I feel like we had a short week here in the UK. We had the bank holiday, but sometimes it feels like the short weeks are the long weeks, man. It feels like when you have a 4-day week, it takes forever to get to the weekend. But we're here, we're back, and we're gonna have a chat. We're gonna have a chat. Let me see what's in the comments. Big up Fraley. Big up Fraley. Fraley, hopefully in the chat. I think you left that earlier, but big up to Fraley. And yeah, man, another Waffle House. Another bits to talk about. But I've had an incredible week, man. I've had an incredible week. Big up, Chris. Says big up, mate. Hope you well. Hope you well too, Chris. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, we know this isn't an Arsenal show, but I've had a good week, man. I've had a good week. The bank holiday, Arsenal did win. We made it to the final of the Champions League, so I'm gassed about that. And then work was all right, man. Work just kind of blew on by. At points, it felt kind of boring because it's a summer period. And NHS, there's still a lot happening, but not as much as in the winter. And yeah, man, I'm just chilling. I'm getting ready for the next step. I'm getting ready for kind of the next bits with everything. We have in Arsenal land, we've got important matches, but I'm also gassed for the World Cup. I'm getting gassed for the World Cup. Not as much as previous World Cups, but I'm more happy to be able to Lego, I think, and just kind of speak about not Arsenal. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. If you guys haven't seen it, I'll play it again just because I know some of you came in. But there is a new intro. There we go. But yeah. Big up, Chris. He said, good luck to you lot in the final. I'm not going to say congratulations. I only say whenever someone wins a trophy and the celebration. Who cares? All teams celebrate. Hey, yeah, man. Like I said, we know this isn't an Arsenal show, and I don't want to get on Arsenal. But I did want to talk about that. I did want to talk about the celebration police. I did want to talk about kind of how teams, fans of certain teams definitely forget that they've done the same. They definitely forget that they've done similar things to Arsenal. I just feel like, Arsenal always are on people's minds. You know what I'm saying? It's always, it's always on people's mind to say Arsenal done this, Arsenal done that. And I'm kind of tired of it at this point, bro. It's kind of boring. It's kind of lazy. Everybody talked about how Arsenal was celebrating. I was there. Were we celebrating? Yes. But how can you get upset with a group of people who haven't been to the Champions League? Like, I get it if we were, Real Madrid and this is an every other year occurrence. And you're just kind of like, but PSG did it last season. PSG celebrated against Arsenal last season. There was fireworks. The Parc des Princes was jumping. They were, kind of getting out there, and just making a ruckus of themselves. And then Arsenal do it. We get gas. We stand next to the Emirates and we have joy. And then people are kind of like, You know what I'm saying? People have something to say. People have something negative to say, and it's weird, bro. Like, a lot of people care more about Arsenal than they care about their own club. It's weird, bro. It is definitely weird. Big up to the first lady. Did you see the teaser for the World Cup song? Yeah, bro. Shakira's back. I think, what was it? It was Shakira and, oh gosh, who was with Shakira? Burna Boy. Shakira and Burna Boy. Bro, anytime Shakira get on the song, you know the song gonna be jumping. I just kind of wish she was making a song for a better World Cup. Like, people, I feel like this World Cup is just marred by negativity. It is marred by the fact that, you know, all of the politics are going on in the background. They're overcharging people. Like, the regular people can't go. But they're still talking about, you know, we're what, a month out maybe? And they're still talking about tickets, like thousands of tickets are just sat there. And no wonder, bro. You talking about the nosebleeds in the stadium costing $1,000, you know, £1,000 to sit, you know, with binoculars. And you want us to get excited for the World Cup, bro? Nah, man. I feel like it's a money grab. I'll watch it because I love football, but I'm not as hyped, bro. I'm honestly not as hyped. But yeah. The first lady said, how the song go? It's cool when they do it. It's a problem or not. Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's, bro, the Celebration Police. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Let me see. Yeah, let me see if I can find it. Big up to Static. He said, hey, Rican, 4 likes, like and subscribe. Yes, please do. Let's hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you haven't. Static said, Rican, too much money. Yeah, bro. Like, this is the thing. And this is a problem that I have with FIFA. This is a problem I have with UEFA. And I have with football now. Football started as the working man sport. Football was there because all of the rich kids were playing rugby and cricket and in America, American football and hockey. Like, football is there as the working class sport. And now it's just become a thing where, you know, regular 9-to-5ers can't afford it. They want celebrities. They want people to pay out the buns for, I mean, a product that is now being watered down. You put too many teams in. Like, who is gonna, and no offense, bro. Like, no one's gonna pay $1,000 to watch Iran versus Curacao. They're just not, right? They're not in the same group. Like, I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, what? No one's gonna pay $1,000 unless you're from Curacao, and even then, Curacao is not the most expensive country. Iran's not the most popular country. So you're charging $1,000 for that. You're charging $1,000 to watch USA, bro. It's watered down. It's not fun. Chris said, I don't care about that music nonsense. I'm there to watch football, but no doubt we'll have halftime show forced down our throats. Yeah, it's an American thing, bro. Like, it's just to make money. It's just to get views. It's just to bring in more money. They think if they announce that this person and that person is, doing, this person is doing the halftime show, then it's just going to be like, oh, maybe we'll get this demographic. Maybe we'll get this group of people. And yeah, man, it's weak sauce, in my opinion. So it's sad, bro. Big up Michael. He says, do you know Felix Tito Trinidad, the boxer? No, I don't. I've never heard of them, but big up. And big up DG says, big up Gooner Rican. Yo, we in the UCL final. Come on, you Gunners. And yes, we are. But I must remind you, just because that's me, this is not an Arsenal show. But yeah, I am gassed, though, to be fair. But like with the celebration police, and I know this isn't an Arsenal show, but I feel like this. I don't want to talk about Arsenal as far as kind of tactics and what I feel about the manager and things, but I do want to talk about the media coverage of Arsenal, and I feel like that's a different thing. So, like I said, I've been doing YouTube. I'm not a big YouTuber. I got my 500 and odd subscribers, and I look at a lot of content creators because I'm always looking to improve, my product. I'm always looking to improve my channel. And the amount of non-Arsenal content creators who cover Arsenal, right? The amount of non-football content creators who cover Arsenal, it's crazy. Goldbridge, Hassan, just so many, Terry Flewers and the football tears, what I'm saying? There's so many non-Arsenal fans that are covering it, and everybody has an opinion. Everybody has an opinion to get a rile out of somebody. Oh, Arsenal celebrating too much. Oh, I can't believe it. Why would they, bro? Listen to me, bro. I tell you guys all the time. I played American football in the UK, right? There was a team that we played. My first year, I played 4 years, right? I played 4 years, American football, and my first year we went undefeated. We went undefeated in the regular season. We were a juggernaut, man. We were just, rolling through teams. We got to the playoffs, and we faced a team called the Exeter Demons. And Exeter beat us by 3 points. Ended our perfect season right before the semifinal, I think it was. So I think we were in the quarterfinal or the first round of playoff quarterfinals, whatever it is. But they beat us. And then it would just transpire for the next 2 or 3 years. They would just, every time we played them, they beat us, bro. We got them, I think. We got them in the regular season that first year. But every time after that, they got better, and we were just getting dish ragged, bro. And it wasn't until my final year of playing American football, we beat Exeter. I think we beat them by a point. And it was one of the toughest games I've ever had to play, right? I was a defensive tackle in the middle. I was getting mushed. I'm not going to lie. I thought I was pretty good. I was getting mushed. Double teams, the running back was running my. I was sore after that game. But we won by a point. And I was in tears, bro. Because it meant a lot to me. Losing to this team, losing in the playoffs, losing in big games. And finally, my last game, I beat these lot. I beat them. We didn't make the playoffs, but we beat them. And that was good enough for me, right? Because I knew that we were in transition. We had new players. We weren't a playoff team. We weren't ready to make the playoffs. We weren't good enough. But we did finish with a 4-4 record. But the last game was against Exeter, bro. And I gave everything. Gave 1,000%. And we celebrated. Because that was our bogey team. That was something we hadn't done in 4 years. Beating that team. So when you think about a club who hasn't actually made it to the Champions League final in 20 years, who are you guys to tell? Not you guys, but who are they to tell us we can't celebrate after not being there for 20 years? When PSG celebrated last season for doing the same thing. They made it to the final and they won it and they celebrated. But they celebrated beating us. The Parc des Princes had fireworks and ole ole. So people have short memories when it comes to Arsenal. Everybody looks at what everybody else does, and it's okay. Man City can celebrate winning the Carabao Cup like they won the World Cup. But we celebrate making it to our first final in 20 years. It's a problem. Bro, just say you hate Arsenal. Just say you hate Arsenal. Please. I would respect you more if you said you hated us. Just be honest. Be honest with your feelings. Let me get back into some of the comments. All going in on football world. Yeah, we have a couple things to talk about. definitely have a couple things to talk about. Big up, Chris. Chris said, I'm a Liverpool fan. I have no issues with you like celebrating. I personally wouldn't do it unless it won us a trophy, but maybe it's the Arsenal way to get confidence in the dressing room. But Chris, this is the thing that I'm saying, right? You as a Liverpool fan, you have a history of winning that cup. You've already won the Champions League. You've won it the most times of an English team. So you celebrating that means nothing because we've been there, done that. We got badges that say how many we got on there. We're a team that's never done it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it's easy for Chelsea fans. It's easy for United fans. It's easy for Liverpool fans to say, Arsenal celebrating too much. But you've won it. We haven't tasted that yet. We have not tasted that victory. And getting there with how we got there. You know, we've had to brave Haram football and people sitting behind the ball. And we made it, bro. We just celebrate. I don't see the problem. DG said, American football in the UK, cool. Yeah. I don't know if I told you this, DG. I coach it. This is a Royal Navy American football hoodie, which I have one. Because I coach for them. And I played for my local team, Southampton Stags. Shout out to them. I also played for my other local team, the Portsmouth Dreadnoughts. So they were my local team. Southampton was my local team. So I went to University of Southampton. And Portsmouth was my local team because I now live near Portsmouth. So, yeah, American football. One day I'll do a Waffle House and we'll talk about it. I'll pull out my American football kits. Maybe when the NFL schedule come on, I'll do a Waffle House and talk about it. Because we got to talk about the Dolphins. And Chris said, I actually want you to win both trophies. I got criticized for that. But I said, because City inflicted pain on me in the past, a new winner of the Champions League. I don't like top Gooners, but I respect you. Except, big up, Chris. I appreciate that. And he says, I do understand you like celebrating, to be honest, after how many years trying. Yeah, bro. But what I want to say to this, Chris, right? For you being a Liverpool fan and saying that, I respect that a lot more. Because the one thing that I have endured, one thing I have endured being an Arsenal fan, even in Portsmouth, bro, being an Arsenal fan, the one thing that I've endured is the fact that Liverpool fans, I've got Liverpool fans, and I've seen Liverpool fans like your Key Thomases, you know, guys who are hating. And I'm like, bro, why are you hating on Arsenal? Why do you not want Arsenal to win? Like you said, Chris, it's City that smacked you guys. We didn't smack you guys up. We weren't beating you to those titles. We're not the reason why you scored 98 points and didn't win. It wasn't us. It was City. So how can you sit there and be glazing City after they bent you over for a decade? It's weird to me, bro. It is very weird to me. And you're one of the first people, especially Liverpool fans, who come up and said, you know what, I want you to win because I don't want City to win. And I respect that a lot more than people just like, I hate Arsenal. It just feels like they're just piling on for clicks, bro. There's no reason why Liverpool fans should hate Arsenal. If this was 1995, then I 100% agree with you. 1995, we done beat you in 89. You know what I'm saying? We've made history at your ground. Fine. I 100% agree with you. Be upset with Arsenal. Be a hater. But, bro, this is 2026. We ain't won the league in 20 years. So why are you hating on us? Why are Liverpool, not you, Chris, I have to, not you, Chris, but why are Liverpool fans hating? United fans, I understand. They just going to hate regardless. I got 2 United fans. They will hate until they can't hate no more. That's what they do, and I understand that 1,000%. Tottenham fans, I understand it. They hate us. We hate them. I get it. But Liverpool fans, I don't get it. Chelsea fans, I even get. But Liverpool fans, I don't understand. And I've seen a lot of Liverpool content creators bashing Arsenal. I'm just like, why? Why are you doing that? For clicks? For subs? It doesn't make sense to me. But I appreciate you saying that because that makes more sense. That's real. That makes more sense. And that doesn't sound like you're just hating. It sounds like you're a natural football person you're an actual Liverpool fan. And, you know, I don't want City to win. I don't want Manchester United to win. So, yeah, big up, Chris. I appreciate that. Big up, Fraley. Bit late. Watching the championship semi. Yeah, big up to the championship. I can't watch. It's not something that I really follow. But hey, if you want to put in what's going on in the chat, Fraley, feel free to. Big up, John Guys. Respect, dude, Gooner Rican. Big up, John Guys. What's up, man? It's been a while, but I'm glad to see you here. Did you say, yeah, Gooner Rican? Too many Arsenal haters out. Bro, just hate for clicks, man. Because it's the popular thing to do. I've never seen, like I said, I always go back to my experience as an American football fan. Bro, you won't see me talking about the page. I don't care what's going on in New England. I don't care what's going on with the Jets. Don't care what's going on with the Bills. I care what's going on in Miami. You know what I'm saying? I don't have extensive commentary on what's happening in Buffalo. I don't care. Like, I'll be like, man, they look like they're getting stronger. That's crazy. That's all I would say. You won't see me dedicating 3-hour streams to hate on. It's weird, bro. It's weird to hate on Buffalo, to hate on New York. I won't do that because to hate on Man City or Man United. No, bro. Why? I'm an Arsenal fan. It's weird, bro. It's weird behavior. Chris said it's a media thing. They always seem to hit out at Arsenal. Some of it is justified in terms of some iffy results, but the celebrating sounds better. Yeah, bro. Celebration police, bro. That's what it is. It's weird. And one thing I will say, and DG kind of touches on it, it's these top gooners, they bring the heat on themselves, then we all suffer. And I 100% agree with that. You know, when you got, and I don't like to call it, but, you know, the big Arsenal track channel, you know, AFTV, you've got dudes on there talking about, oh, we're going to win 6-0. Oh, building McKellar statue. Oh, I hope he never leaves. You know, doing a salsa, you know, like that kind of stuff, we get blanketed in there, bro. Listen, I will not lie to you guys. I'll look you in the camera. Was I gassed after making the final? Yes, I was. Arms flailing, sat in my seat. I'm like, I can't believe I witnessed history. I'll be honest, the dopamine got me. I showed you guys the kit. Did I show you the kit? Where's the kit at? Let me see if I got it. I went to the armory. It still got the tags on it. So I can't flex. The dopamine got me. Like, the dopamine got me. I won't flex to you guys. I can't sit here and tell people, you know what I'm saying, bro, the dopamine got me. But once I left the stadium, once I got back home, that's it. I'm thinking, bro, we can win this. I'm not out here saying, oh, we're going to beat them 7-0. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be there. We're going to beat them, you know, in the first 45. No, bro. I'm just happy to have gotten there. Because you don't always make the Champions League final. It's not something that every team does. We've seen some great teams not make the final. We've seen some mid teams, like, let's be honest. Inter Milan last season, kind of mid, but they made it. They got dish rag, but they made it. So making a final, not, you know, you could be a great team and not make it, or you could be a poor team and scrape by and make it. You know what I'm saying? But we made it. I'm gonna celebrate. But I'm not gonna get on this platform with you guys and say, oh, we're gonna win 45-0. No, bro. No. We might get a 2-1. It might go to pens. Don't know. But we ain't gonna dominate. I don't think that's gonna be a thing. It's just, like you said, Top Gun is ruining for everybody. Big up Rob Future. He said, big up Gooner Rican. The celebration criticism is crazy. Every team celebrates like that when they get to a final. Yeah, bro. Crystal Palace celebrating. Aston Villa celebrating. But the only thing you hear on the news, Arsenal. They still talking about Arsenal. Them two teams made it. Bro, it's weird. If you just hate Arsenal, just say that. I wish the media just said, we hate Arsenal. We hate Arsenal. Just say that. Be honest. Now Sky and them won't say it, but I would respect content creators more if they came out. You know what I'm saying? You know one person I respect, right? Because he actually comes out and says you hate Arsenal. Expressions and his brother Rance. They come out and they say, I hate Arsenal. Rance has said, I hate Arsenal. I don't like you, man. And I respect that. Because he just comes out and says it. I'm a hater. I hate you guys. And I wouldn't expect any less from a Man United fan or any less from a Spurs fan. But bro, you Ipswich, not Ipswich, but you know what I'm saying? You a West Ham fan. You a Nottingham Forest fan, and I hate Arsenal. Why? Why do you hate us? It's weird, bro. It's weird. And Rob said, especially the Champions League final. Yeah, man, it's craziness. I don't get it. Fraley said, all my Liverpool mates don't mind Arsenal but hate the fans. Bro, and we talked about this months ago when the guys asked me the most annoying fan bases. And I said, Arsenal near the top, bro. They annoy me. I can't stand them. And I'm an Arsenal fan. But some of our fans, bro, just diabolically deluded. Like, diabolically deluded, bro. It should, and some of them are actually deluded, and some of them just do it for attention. There's some kind of, and I never want to be that, bro. I never want to be that attention seeker. Because it would eat me alive to know that I'm just saying something I don't believe. It's weird. And Freddie said, and I don't blame them. You can't blame them. You can't blame them for just being annoyed with the over-the-top fans. It's weirdo behavior. Our fans are chatting like we already want, bro. Fraley, I agree, bro. I see it. Like it's in the, we can still bottle this. I want to let you guys know that as much as the dopamine is flowing through my veins, as excited as I am to watch this team, we can still throw this away. A loss versus West Ham and a draw and any other game after that, and we could be done for. Not saying it will happen, but I need people to stay humble. I need people to stay humble. I'm humble. I'm gassed at where we are, but I'm not going around and be like, oh, we're going to win the double, man. We're going to smash them. Bro, we've never won the Champions League, and it's been 20 years since we won the Prem. Just calm down, bro. Calm down. We win West Ham, I might go there. We beat West Ham, I might go there. And I'm so mixed when it comes to West Ham because I want them to stay up, but I don't want them to stay up more than I want Arsenal to win the Prem. That's all I'm saying. Big up my guy, Pito. Pito. What's up, man? Big up Gooner Rican in the chat. Big up, Pito. I hope Millwall come up to the Prem. Yeah. I just want to see some new people, man. I like seeing new teams. I want to see new teams in the Prem. Like Sunderland coming back. When I first started watching the Prem, Sunderland were in the Prem, and then they got relegated, and now they've come back. I like that kind of story. It's taken them a while to get back, but they're back, bro. So yeah. Fraley said nil been dead. Yeah. We've had a lot of those as Arsenal fans, Fraley. Chris said, will be interesting with these Liverpool fans that hate Arsenal. What would they say if City found guilty? Obviously, I don't think City would be guilty otherwise. Be done a long time. Bro, City, but they're going to get a slap on the wrist, bro. If Chelsea got a slap on the wrist, City going to. I have reason to believe that City have better lawyers than Chelsea. They're state run. I'm pretty sure that City, nothing will happen to City. Now, if it does, I'll get on here with a thumbnail and be like, but I wouldn't hold my breath, man. I would like for it to happen because I'm tired of seeing them. And I'd like, I wouldn't say I'm a purist, but I'd like to see the Liverpool, Manchester United, Arsenal trifecta going for the title again, like it used to be. You know, like I'd like to see those, state-run clubs go back where they belong, mid-table and the championship. That's what I'd like to see. And Fred said, yeah, I would love the madness of Millwall in the Prem. I heard they're a lively bunch down there. Lively bunch. So, yeah. Revolutionary says, big up Gooner Rican. Big up Revolutionary. Thank you for stopping by again. Fraley said, Chris, the ones I know a very level-headed fan. And to be fair, bro, the Liverpool fan that I know, the Liverpool fans that I know, they are like the bus driver, Ricky, the bus driver. He takes the mick. I mean, as you guys saw the bottle, you know, he takes the mick. But yeah. And if you haven't seen the bottle, I just want to show it to you guys. We are going to talk about Chubini in a minute, by the way. My bad. But yes, this is what Ricky the Liverpool fan left for me. And I'm just holding on, bro. I'm holding on, hoping that we get something done so that I can get my get back. But yeah, this is what I put up with. This is what I put up with. So I'm just saying. But yeah. And Chris says I'm level-headed too. And yeah, I agree, Chris. That take was very level-headed. Most of you Liverpool fans are, except for the ones on YouTube Spaces. It's kind of weird, bro. I don't know. Fraley said you've been there, done it. Yeah. At least you got a winner shirt, Mr. Arsenal. Yeah, bro. Listen, I love this kit. This is probably one of my favorite kits. Besides this is my favorite kit. This would be a close second. One, I just like I like the sleeves, the bagginess, like it just, and I also love, one thing I love is the badge in the middle. I wish Adidas would redo this shirt. I would love that. So, yeah. Do people realize root word a fan is fanatical? Personally, I don't care what other people don't. Yeah, man. And I agree, man. Like, I don't care how people celebrate. I'm not gonna get on here and police people. Even my own fan. It annoys me when people just make us a target. But I ain't gonna tell nobody how to yeah, I'm not gonna tell people how to celebrate their teams, but I hate when people tell me how to do. Like, tell me how to celebrate and how to, and people do it. Like, even YouTubers, social media, people tell you, oh, you're not a real fan because you don't do A, B, and C. Like, it's weird, bro. It's weird. Stop telling me how to fan. I fan how I like. And I got it, Fanatic. My bad. Yeah, I got it. Fairly said, Rants to X, keep it real. Yeah, I like them. I like X is funny. His only downfall is being a Spuds fan. But yeah. And because I'm gonna play it again, I just want to show you guys because I'm so proud of this actually. I'm gonna play it periodically because I'm proud of that. That's the intro. I did it, and I'm proud of that. So that's just me. But back to the comments. We can still go trophyless and City can win the treble. Yeah, that is a real thing, bro. It's a real thing. It's a real possibility. I don't think it'll happen, but it's still a possibility. So yeah. And like Rob said, thing is, it's still on a knife edge. City win and we lose this weekend, and it's back in City's favor, in my opinion. Though we have easier games. We have easier games and we have less games. So if we win our games, then it's all on City to win the extra ones they have. So I'm just saying it's all in our hands right now. But we've been here before, and that's a PTSD. We've been here before, and yeah. But once again, this isn't an Arsenal show. We ain't gonna talk about Arsenal. Gooner Rican, let's talk the player part. I got you. I'll start that. Saw someone saying most first winners win in their second Champions League final. Hey, so you're saying there's a chance. You're saying there's a chance. Holy Hopium, yep. Relegate West Ham, so my family are iron, so it gives me ammo. Yeah, and I would hate to lose the North London derby. That's just me. I will start that one in the second DG. Sticky Ricky, 41 goals, 41 games. He's the problem. I don't care who they are, whatever. Big up Juju. I don't care who they are. Whenever English teams play in Europe, I want them to win. So come on, Villa, Palace, and PSG. How you say you want English teams to win, and you say Villa, Palace, and PSG? Come on, man. Just say we're English team. PSG are English team. What are you doing here? I have a Lang Charlie George shirt, proper classic. Yeah, bro. Big up. And he said, got the intros. Cold. 0-0 full-time with a dead game. To be fair, playoff first legs in the NFL always going to be tight. Intense will liven up in the second leg. And polar pitch, though. All right. So, hold on. I've done it. What have I done here? So, yeah. We're done with the celebration, police. At the end, all I'm gonna say is, bro, I'm gonna fan how I fan. So there we go. I'm gonna fan how I'm a fan, and we're gonna have a good time. So the next bit we want to talk about player power, and I want to start with Real Madrid, right? And I want to start Real Madrid. But before we start talking about Kylian, I want to talk about what happened at Real Madrid. And I'm pretty sure all of you guys have seen it. Yeah, bro. It's Real Madrid, Federico Valverde, Aurelian Tchouameni fined $500,000 each after the fight. $500,000 for these guys is probably 2 weeks' wages. Maybe 2.5. Which is probably Trump change. Chris says, I have respect for Palace and their fans. Their manager, on the other hand, can do one. He's not a fan of Glasner. But yeah, I mean, for them, $500K is probably Trump change. Fraley said Valverde said they didn't fight and that he slipped and hit his head. Yeah, no, they fought. Everyone's saying they fought because they were fighting in practice as well. He said, "What a load of bollocks." That chestnut excuse. Yeah, I tripped and I hit the door. Yeah, and the door happened to be Tchouameni's fist. DG said that's an expensive fight, and Fraley says expensive slip. So reading the article, man. Hold on, going through the article. Real Madrid have imposed fines of $589,000, €500,000 on Federico Valverde and Aurelian Tchouameni following their explosive bust up in the training ground Thursday. The two got in a fight into the training session, and the altercation led to Valverde being taken to the hospital with a cut on his forehead. He was subsequently diagnosed with a cranioencephalic trauma. So cranioencephalic trauma. And has been ruled out of this week's Clásico against Barcelona, which is a real miss. Also think Barcelona could probably wrap up the league against the Clásico as well, if I'm not mistaken. The fight came just a day after another incident on the previous day, and Madrid had announced disciplinary proceedings had begun into the two players. During the appearance, the players expressed their deep regret for what happened and apologized to each other. They both apologized to the club, their teammates, and coaching staff and fans, and have both made themselves available to Real Madrid to accept whatever sanction the club deems appropriate. Given these circumstances, Real Madrid has decided to impose a financial penalty of 500,000 euros on each player, thus concluding the corresponding internal procedures. I'm not going to read the rest. But this bit, the Uruguayan international addressed the incident without naming Chume in a statement. Said he'd have been blown out of proportion. My teammate didn't hit me, nor did I hit him. Although I understand that for you, it might be easier to believe that we did beat the hell out of each other and that he intentionally injured me. That's not what happened. I'm truly sorry for this situation. It gives me pain. It hurts to see what we're currently going through. So how did you fall, my guy? Now, this bit is why I wanted to talk about this paragraph here. Madrid's dressing room has been fraught with friction in a season that is likely to end without silverware for the second successive year. Barcelona could seal the league title on Sunday if they avoid defeat at the Camp Nou. All right. So that is something I wanted to talk about. Player power. Right? That's what I wanted to talk about, player power. Now, we've seen the last couple seasons, couple of managers get sent up out of there. They got rid of Xabi Alonso. You know, Carlo Ancelotti left. And I think about Real Madrid. Real Madrid, probably the biggest club in the world. But there is seriously something wrong at that club. There's seriously something wrong with the players. There's seriously something wrong with the management of that club. Right? They haven't won in 2 seasons. And not winning a trophy in 2 seasons for Real Madrid, it's everybody could be sacked. The tea lady, the kit man, everybody can be sacked. The mascot, everybody can go. 2 seasons, right? Now, I wanted to show you another article. Let me see if I can find it. Now, this is just another headline. Kylian Mbappe, Real Madrid, exit petition thunders toward 50 million as insider reveals all on trouble. Now, I'm not going to read this article, but you guys have probably heard in chat that there was a petition going around to basically get rid of Kylian Mbappe from Real Madrid because a lot of fans, especially the Madridistas, feel that Kylian Mbappe is the problem. He's the problem at Real Madrid. When you look at Real Madrid's trajectory and then PSG's trajectory, it's very easy to make that correlation. It's very easy to make a correlation between Kylian Mbappe leaving PSG and PSG getting better and coming to Real Madrid and Madrid getting worse. So if you're from the outside looking in, and I don't have a dog in this fight, I don't care about PSG. I definitely don't care about Real Madrid. I love Sevilla. I love Arsenal. We play in one team and we battle relegation in the other. You know what I'm saying? But I think that, I want to kind of unpick it, right? I kind of want to unpick things. I think two things can be true. I think that Kylian Mbappe could be the talisman for Real Madrid, but also Kylian Mbappe's ego could be holding Real Madrid back. Because this guy left PSG. And people will say, oh, he left PSG and PSG gotten better. But don't forget that PSG also spent a stupid amount of money on Neymar and Messi, who were past their prime. Of course, they weren't winning with them. Neymar is back in Brazil and Messi is in the Granddad League in the MLS. But let's just be honest. Let's be honest. So it's easy to pin everything on Kylian Mbappe. And then say, oh, you know, he's the reason Real Madrid aren't winning. Real Madrid, Kylian Mbappe has quite a few goals. I don't know the exact kind of numbers, but I know that he's been bagging for Real Madrid, right? And he's part of the reason they've been kind of still in the race. But I also know that Kylian Mbappe makes a lot of money. He's also had incidents. You know, they were talking about that he's left, you know, wasn't around for training. He's come back the night before the match. So ego is also there. Two things can be true. Two things can be true. He can be bagging, but he can also be the problem. And we've seen it before. Guys, let's not act like this is a new phenomenon. Ronaldinho, I love him to death. I love Ronaldinho as a player. But let's not act like he was the most, you know, reliable guy. Ronaldo Nazario, let's not act like he was the most reliable guy. Maradona, let's not act like they were reliable, bro. Let's not act like they didn't have ego and showed up late, bro. Let's not act like these guys weren't prima donnas and divas. They weren't, but they were also bagsmen. The thing that you have to do, and the thing that Real has a problem, do they have an Mbappe problem? Probably. But they've also got an every other player problem. The issue with Real Madrid is the players have more power than the manager. It's been a thing. The only time that you kind of saw where the aura of the manager, because I think Don Carlo was slipping as well, but I think Zidane had the command. Bro, you can't chat to Zinedine Zidane. You can't chat to Zinedine Zidane. You can't say, oh, he don't know what he's talking about. This guy won for this team. And he's one of the greatest players we've ever seen play the game. So you can't chat to Zidane and say, oh, man, I ain't doing that. He'd be like, bro, who you talking to? You know what I'm saying? So there's a difference. And what Real Madrid have to do is they have to find a coach with some steel that can go there and be like, bro, who are you chatting to? I know you bagging goals. I know you got an ego. But guess what? It's my show. You know what I'm saying? There needs to be balance. There ain't no balance at Real Madrid. And Arbeloa, he getting doormatted, bro. He's getting doormatted because they're walking over him. They're walking over him. And you can see at Real Madrid, the players run everything. And that's why these bust-ups are happening. These fights are happening. If you had a manager like a Simeone, like a Zidane, they say, hey, dead that. You go that way, or none of you will play. I don't care how much wages you want. You won't hit the team sheet. I bet you they stop fighting then. But when you got a manager who just standing there and like, oh, the players will work themselves out. Oh, the captain will work themselves out. This is what happened. You need, for Real Madrid, with those egos, you need a manager with just as much of an ego. You need a Jose Mourinho. You need a Diego Simeone. You need a Zidane. You need someone who can go in there and be like, bro, shut up, sit down, play football. I won't tell you how to play football. We ain't going to do a system thing, but you will respect me. Or you'll be playing with the under 21s. I don't care how much you make. That's not what they got now. And we've seen it in other sports, right? We've seen it in other sports. We've seen, I mean, LeBron is the best example I can think of. Right? LeBron James with the Heat, the reason he left the Heat was because he wanted something and Pat Riley wanted something else. And Pat Riley, put his knuckles down and said, bro, this is my joint. I'm running this. And he left. It was a pissing contest. He left. So, it's you have player power, but sometimes, and the thing with LeBron, LeBron, the NBA is a player-driven league. It's a player-driven league. Like, no one watches the NBA. I mean, people do watch it just to watch it, but a lot of people watch to watch their favorite player. They watch LeBron, Giannis, Jason Tatum, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Like, they watch 4 players. Imagine you go to the court and you don't see your favorite player. It's a waste. It's a wash, right? And I think that's how Real Madrid are kind of doing things. Like, they're trying to get those players, the Galacticos. That's what we come and watch. But Real Madrid fans want to win. They expect winning. It don't matter who's out there. They got to be winners. You need a manager, and I think Real Madrid's management needs to pick a manager who can do it. But they also need to allow that manager to have power. They need to allow that manager to have a final say, because nobody's going to respect a manager when I say I ain't playing or I want to play here, and he ain't got no say. He's like, okay, I'll do it. I don't respect you now, bro. You do what I say. So, yeah, let me get into some of your comments because I know they're flying in. If Mourinho goes to Madrid, then Vinicius is going to jump ship straight away after the whole Benfica racist incident. Yeah, probably. Probably. I hear that. Fraley says, I think Vinny is cheeks. I think he's all right. I just think Vinny is kind of like Neymar. Like, they look good with Barcelona. They look good, and then they get on their own, and they probably won't be as good. Because Neymar got to PSG, and he didn't look like MSN Neymar. If Barca win that, they win the league. Yep. They win El Clasico, they win the league. It's okay, Madrid. We got you. You want McAllister? We will help you out. Take Tchouaméni from you. No need to thank us, Madrid. Hey, give you McAllister and take Tchouaméni. Hey, he probably. I mean, you guys already got Verts in there, bro. Why you being greedy, Chris? Why are you being greedy? Fraley said, bro slipped into his uppercut. Yeah, man. Oh, I slipped. Oh. Yeah, bro. We know what happened, bro. Stop the cap. 2 years no trade is a disaster for Real. Bro, it is. 1,000% it's a disaster. 1,000%. And that's why there's 30 million signatures, because the fans are jumping on the narrative that Mbappe is the problem and they want him out so they start winning again. But I don't think it's just him. I think there's a locker room problem, because the players, what they say, the animals are running the zoo. That's what it is, bro. They're running. There's no structure there. There's no anyone telling them to chill. It's just all the players doing what they want. And Arbeloa is not a big enough manager to deal with those egos. You can see it. Tchouaméni will finally be our Fabinho replacement. I've been screaming for years. Tchouaméni isn't a P like either like our midfield this season. He probably would be good. I hope you don't get him though, because Liverpool have this thing of taking players from other teams and making them world beaters. Salah. Oh, he's a failure with Chelsea, and he's okay with Fiorentina, and now he's a world beater. Virgil van Disney, like, oh, Southampton, he'll be good, world beater. You know what I'm saying? So Firmino, Hoffenheim, world beater. So, Mane playing for Southampton, world beater. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't want Tchouaméni go there and then he comes into a super mega world beater and I'm getting smacked twice a year. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. I'm a realist, but I'm also a little bit of a hater. They're used to winning culture, probably why they're bust up. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I read something that there was a bust up because somebody leaked it, and so I don't know, bro. It's all messy. They just need a manager with some balls to go in there and be like, "Sit down, shut up." That's what I think. They're so focused on winning that when they don't, they start crying and sulking because they don't lose, bro. And it's the one thing that I've like as a coach I've become used to. When players are on undefeated teams, when they lose that first time, you see who they are with how they react to that. For me as a coach, I'd rather us lose early. Like lose early, you lose the first game, you're like, okay, you felt that. You know what that feels like. It didn't feel great. Now let's start winning. I'd rather do that than have a team that's great because it's so hard to keep those players motivated because now they start thinking, and it happened to us. That same exact thing, and I'm glad you said that. The same exact thing. That's what happened with Exeter. We got complacent. I'll be honest, right? Was I complacent? No, because I wanted to beat them. I wanted to win the championship. I wanted to get to the championship. But our team as a whole, bro, we were just making mistakes. And I'm like, bro, this is something we perfected over the season. There's no reason we should be making these fumbling, like, throwing interceptions to unopened people. Like, bro, we just making silly, stupid mistakes. And it's because we got there and we're like, we should roll Exeter. We already beat them twice. We should roll them over. And we didn't show up. And I use that as motivation next season when we actually got to the semifinal and then COVID happened. We got to the Southern final. We were supposed to be in it, but COVID happened. They shut everything down. So, yeah, man, I've been there. But how we responded that next year with those same players, we remembered that loss. And then we kicked on after that. You can't sulk, bro. You got to go, let's do it. So, yeah. Chris says Arbeloa is a feather duster as a coach. Bro, he just out there collecting paychecks, bro. Just out there collecting paychecks. Mbappe laughing at the true mini slump Valverde. Yeah, bro. Chris said Mbappe is the president of his own fan club. I believe it. I 1,000% believe it, bro. I 1,000% believe it. And Freddie said Mbappe been carrying Real. He's part of it, yeah. He's part of it. Chris said, yeah, most of the petitions from PSG fans. Bro, PSG fans, they're probably some Barcelona fans in there. They want him to go so that they can get domination. I get it. But like I said, two things can be true. I think that he's helping Real stay afloat, but I also think he's got a humongous ego. Revolutionary said Fat Freddy's got, 84 goals for him so far? He's a bag man, bro. He will put the ball in the back of the net. No problem, no issue. But sometimes the ego is inflated. But the best strikers in history, as I just named, their egos were inflated too. You just got to deal with that. But the manager they got, he ain't dealing with it. 12 likes so far. Keep smashing the likes. Yes, please. Keep smashing those likes. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Big up the Quash, I said. Big up Gooner Rican the Legend and the chat. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back, mate. Thank you. Big up Quasha. Make sure you subscribe to Quasha as well. Smash the likes and subscribe to Gooner Rican. Yes, please. To be fair, Mbappe as an overall player is better than Haaland. I mean, an overall game. Yeah, he gives you something different than Haaland. As a pure striker, Haaland is miles above anyone, bro. Maybe I think the only person as a pure striker that can compete with Haaland at this point is Harry Kane, in my opinion. In my opinion, band for band, Harry Kane and Haaland is a little bit of a toss-up. But when it comes to an all-around player, overall, yeah, I think Mbappe does have a little bit more than Haaland. But their game is a little bit different, a lot of bit different, really. 41-41 the season, revolutionary. Jeez, that's what, 1 goal a game, bro. I'll take them. They don't want them. I'll take them. Big up, sub to Rob Future. Yes, please do. Make sure you do. Sub to Rob Future. Mbappe will turn up for France. That France ain't going to be ridiculous. Bro, that France, honestly, is the team that I think that is they're the favorites. They have to be the favorites, bro. They still got that young team. They still have that hungry team. I'm hoping that Spain can undo them, but it's gonna be long, my friends. 45 GA and 41. Bro, imagine if we had 45 GA in this team for Gyökeres. Boy, we be walking the league. 45 GA? Gyökeres. But Fraley, we have to caveat that with the fact that it is France, bro. And PSG, not France. It's Spain, sorry. Because we were talking about France. It's Spain, right? I've been watching Sevilla. Some of them teams, basura, bro. Basurinha. So I'm just saying, you can get a hat trick against the Oviedos of the world. You know, the Levantes, you know what I'm saying? The Sevillas this season. I'm just saying. But, yeah. He was injured, and he was told he can leave. You talking about Mbappe with the whole leaving thing? Yeah. Hey, imagine if that was Mikel Arteta. He probably just told him. He probably just bent him because Aubameyang was told he could leave too, and then we bent him right after because he came back late apparently. 1 goal per game is generational. These Madrid fans, man. But yeah, bro, like I always say, bro, I feel like Real Madrid is the most toxic fan base probably in football. Behind, in my opinion, Man United. Well, toxic. It's them. It's Man United. And then I would say, probably like Juventus, bro. Like, if we're talking about just fanatical. But toxic. Yeah. No, I think Juventus fans are all right. I think they're all right. Maybe Milan fans. I feel like Milan fans are a little bit toxic. But yeah. Italian fans are just passionate anyway. But we're talking about like a toxic place, Real Madrid and Man United top the list, in my opinion. So yeah. Big up, Miss Melina. Thank you for stopping by. You're probably not here anymore, but I appreciate it. I'm sorry I'm slow in the chat. That's just me. But I thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate it. Ronaldinho had a clubbing clause in his contract. Bro, Ronaldinho liked to party. That guy liked to party. But when he also liked to party on the pitch. I'm just saying. Dino is my favorite classic player, bro. I love Dino. I don't have any of his kits, and I'm sad about it because they're so expensive. But whenever I get the money I deserve, I'm getting me Dino, bro. Ronaldinho was amazing. And Miss Melina said, Gooner Rican salute. Thank you, Miss Melina, for stopping by. Make sure you subscribe to her. Thank you so much. Mbappe would ball at Arsenal, him and got together. That would never happen. That will never happen. His ego versus Mikel. Mikel couldn't deal with Aubameyang and Guendouzi. He definitely ain't dealing with Mbappe. He'll end up like Valverde dealing with Mbappe. I'm just saying. Revolution said Ancelotti was an incredible player in his day too, just not Zidane. Yeah, and like I said, I didn't want to disrespect Don Carlo because Don Carlo did win stuff. But bro, Zidane, and it's the thing, you have young players as well. Like the younger players might not know about Carlo Ancelotti. They might not know how good he was because he's up there. But Zidane, you know who that dude is. You've seen him. You've seen the headbutt. Like, you've seen it. You know that this man is mad. So, you know what I'm saying? You might be headbutted next. So, DG feel like he'd mess up the dressing room. Yeah, Mbappe would probably choke slam Mikel Arteta, to be fair. Mbappe would go to Saudi if he leaves. Don't see him elsewhere. On top of the fact that nobody can actually afford his wages. What is he on? Like 600, 700,000 euros or something, some stupid amount. He's definitely over 500,000 a week. So, yeah, the only people that can afford, they'd probably give Like Saudi probably give him one of those Cristiano Ronaldo deals, and get you a $1 million a week in a Maserati or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you say Fraley? That's the only problem with Mbappe. I think you're right. Talent, and this is what I say to you guys, right? Talent wise, Mbappe is amazing. Talent wise, but when it comes to the ego, is the ego worth the talent? That's kind of the big, like with the Ronaldinhos and the Ronaldos, both Ronaldos. Like, is the ego worth the talent? Yes or no? If it is, you stick with it, you win things. If it's not, then you have a fractured locker room, and you get what's happened at Real Madrid when you're not winning. So it's a double-edged sword. Revolutionary said Mbappe Yang if he ever join Arsenal. Except that we can't get rid of him. If we gave him £600,000, we ain't get rid of him. He's sticking around. So yeah, it will be long. DG, I love him, but he's got a bad track record of messing up change rooms. I mean, yeah, PSG, they were talking about the same kind. Bro, if you think Ivan Toney has an ego, you definitely can't deal with Kylian Mbappe, bro. And Fred said having Mbappe World Cup shirt. Do I have any international players? I don't think I have any international players on the back. Yes, I do. That's not true. I have one international player on the back, and it's Raheem Sterling for England. Raheem Sterling for England. Yeah, I was gassed when we signed him for that year, and at the end of the year, I was like embarrassed. But I do have Raheem Sterling on the back of an England shirt. I like Raheem Sterling, bro. I've followed Raheem Sterling, his journey. I'm not like a super fan, but because Daniel Sturridge was my favorite player, I in the beginning before Arsenal, I was watching Liverpool games because I was watching for Sterling when he was fit. I mean, not Sterling. I was watching for Sturridge when he was fit, and of course, Sterling was there. Sterling, Nathaniel Klein, the spitter, the biter. You know what I'm talking about. Those guys were there, and then Sterling moved to Man City, and I kind of saw his career and how he was. And then I was like, oh, maybe Arsenal get something from him, after he went to Chelsea, and we didn't. I was like, oof. Oof. Mbappe isn't a problem when he's winning games. It's when he's losing, he loses it. You have to have, like I said, Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't the greatest loser. You know what I'm saying? What was that dude? The striker, Lasok, Nicholas Anelka. Same way, bro. Players with talent, they want to win. And when they don't win, it hurts them. It makes them upset. But there's a way you channel that. You get upset, you come back the next time, and you bang. You don't get upset and then fracture the locker room. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain players. Michael Jordan hated losing. Kobe hated losing. But you know what they did? When they lost, they sulked, and then they got back in the gym and got better. And then the next time they came out, they busting you. They busting your head, bro. That's what winners do, bro. And Fraley said, sorry, Euro shirt. Yeah. Mbappe Euro shirt. I got a couple of the England Euros kits, but yeah. DG, not even when they're winning and he doesn't get his wage drops. Yeah, bro. You can't have that. You can't have that and expect to win, bro. Because especially if you're considered one of the leaders in the team, you can't have that, bro. Fred said, you remember when he stopped running because Vitinha didn't first time pass him? All I'm saying is PSG started winning stuff, bro. PSG started winning stuff. Yep, true. Been watching Real Madrid recently. That's between you guys. And if you kept running, he would have had a tap in. That'll be the death of him in Ballon d'Or. But the Ballon d'Or, it's a popularity contest anyway, bro. Vinny probably should have won it. But yeah. Pito says Vinny is a moments player. He comes up big in clutch moments. I mean, just like Ezra for us, man. I think he's better than Ezra. But I think we need more moments players. I think we do. I think, yeah, we can have system players, but we need more moments players. Because I think in some of our results this season, if we had more moments players, we probably had better results. They paid a world record fee for Van Dijk, though. Yeah, but still, he came from Southampton. They made him, world class. I'm just saying revolutionary, but big up. Subscribe to Miss Melina. Yes, do. That includes Champions League. Oh, the 40. 15 in the Champions League, I'm pretty sure. Jeez. They ain't in it no more, but jeez. Also, got cost 64 million, and Mbappe would be 200 million plus. Yeah, bro. Saudi's the only one that could probably pay them wages. Mbappe's wages alone would mess us up with FFP. Yeah, it would. We need Jesus and Havertz off the books fairly, and that would free up near 500,000 a week. True, but who would buy them? Who would buy Jesus? Nobody. Nobody would buy Jesus. We're gonna have to terminate his contract. Nobody wants him. He's injury prone. Nobody wants that guy. Palmeiras want Jesus. I swear it's Havertz that's the problem. Palmeiras will give us peanuts, and I agree. If we do give him to Brazil, it's gonna be cheap. It's gonna be dirt cheap. We're not gonna get anywhere near what we paid for him. But if they give us anything, it's probably better than kind of paying him to go. And Revolutionary shoot. I take peanuts over literal ghost. There's a thing, Revolutionary. He's not a ghost. He's just always offside. He's there, just always offside. So, yeah, Jesus is around the wrong side of the line. Fred said, "I take myself over him." Yeah. Sterling, yeah, bro. Sterling, the Jamaican. Yep. I don't know. I was in the store, and it was either Sterling or Rashford, and Rashford had done us, and I was like, I ain't getting Rashford, bun that kid. So I got Sterling. I rate Sterling's career as well. To be fair, he was a top player on his. He was, and then his legs went, and we saw what happened. He came to Arsenal, was trash. Was dry by the time he was at Chelsea. Yeah, but he was trash. The baddest dribbler. Was gonna send you a photo of it, but Insta won't allow photos to you unless you chat to me smart, to be fair. Yeah, man, people be sending me stuff. It's crazy. Big up, Cooper. Big up, Cooper in the house. And Cooper said, smash the likes and subscribe. Finally reached the end of the chat. So now we're moving on to our next thing. But big up, everybody. My final bits on the player power thing. I think that you need a balance. You need a balance between the player and the manager. You need a manager, especially at somewhere like Real Madrid. And it's the thing that I will say about Arsenal, right? The issue is we have too much manager power and not enough player power. You need both. The players need to be able to have a say versus the manager, but the manager needs to have the ultimate say and be able to kind of take what the players are saying on board and become good. Like me as a coach, I always thought I was approachable. I'll listen to you. But then if it don't make sense, I'll tell you it don't make sense. Right? It has to make sense. So yeah, I feel like Real Madrid has too much player power and Arsenal have too much manager power. And you need a balance to get the best team. So we'll see. But yeah. And Fairley says not enough fan power, to be honest. And on that, Fairley, yeah, man. On that, like at Arsenal, we ain't got no fan power. because the fans aren't unified. And this is why I respect, like, honestly, I respect the European leagues a little bit more. And I tell the story all the time. Bro, Sevilla, they finished 17th. The fans stood outside the training ground, wouldn't let them come out. I'm not saying that that's a good thing, but you know what I'm saying? That's the power that the fans have. They sat the manager, they got somebody else in. The one setup I do like is Germany. I like Germany because the Germans have the what is it? The 50+1. And Fraley's on the same wavelength. Yep, Germany had a perfect setup, 50+1. Yep. That's for me, that's perfect. Because the fans and the owners should be 50-50, but the fans should always have a say in their club. And Germany have it so you can't raise ticket prices, you can't up and have all these things super expensive because the fans have a say. The fans have a voice. You can't hit us over the head because it's our club. Here, I think we lost, and like I said, this isn't an Arsenal show, but the moment that Arsenal lost the club is when the Cronkies got full 100% ownership of this club. And the reason I say that is because there was no more AGMs. They don't have to answer to anybody. There's no voice from the club, like the Ashburn Army or anyone like that. There's no voice from the club that said, why are we doing this? Why are the prices going up? Why do we pay so much for merch? Why are we doing A, B, and C? There's no one to check them. And the one thing I liked about Europe is they will vote. If those prices go too high, fans ain't buying. They said, no, we just reuse what we got. And when them sales go down, they see that makes a difference to them. And then the club drop prices. They said Ashburton are just kids. I'm just, for example, like it's the first one I thought of, really. It's the first one I thought of. But it's just like the fan groups, you know what I'm saying, they used to hold the club to account. They don't anymore. And that's why you see even Man United. That's why you see what's happening at Man United. The Glazers and now Jim Ratcliffe have control. FSG and Liverpool have control. But they've put football people in, I think. I think they've put football people in, which is better. I rate their vision, but they don't understand. Yeah, I hear you. I don't know how it gets better, but it's just what we got now, Fraley. It's not going to change because no one cares about the fans anymore. We're just all customers. If the fan base had control, I don't think it works out well. The fans are too bipolar. That's why you need to have a fan group that has the best clubs, the best for the club in interests, right? You need, and a lot of the 50+1, they have fans who the club is in their best interest. They vote for what's happening, and it's like democratic, bro. So if majority wins, then that's what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? It can be bipolar, but if you do it democratically, you probably can get something. But yeah, on to the next topic, and that leads me on because we're talking about European clubs. And Freddie said, "Great minds think alike." Yes, we do. On to the next topic, and I want to talk about second teams, right? And it was a topic that I've seen floating around. People were talking about having second teams. It's something that I thought, it's something that I think about, and I want to have a conversation one day with Gianni. Gianni talks Calcio TV, because he likes Napoli and he's an Arsenal fan, and I just want to have a chat about kind of people's second teams. Because that's what the Waffle House is. I don't want to just talk about drama. I just also talk about things that's on my brain. And Fraley said Melbourne victory. And yes, I know, Fraley. That's your second team. You have mentioned them before. Big up to them. But I got a thought, man. I was thinking about second teams. Let me get some water real quick. Hold on. My bad, guys. And Fraley said, I effing love them. Big up, Fraley. They let me down the past 3 years, but the fans for victory are the best. Big up to them. I've never watched them, but yeah. The thing that I want to talk about when it comes to the second team is I think that, English people sometimes say, oh, I don't got no second team. I only love this team. There's no other second team I love. And I think for being an American, I think it's a little bit different for us. And I think that the reason that is different is because America is so vast. When you're growing up, you don't always have a local team. So you don't always have a local team that you can support. I'm fortunate that Miami is a big city and we have all the teams. But if I lived in Alabama, you've got the Crimson Tide or the War Eagles in Auburn, but you don't have a professional team. So you've got to either choose Alabama. If you're thinking about it, you can either choose Louisiana or you can choose Tampa Bay. Like, you've got to choose. If we're talking about the NFL, even the NBA, are you going to choose New Orleans? Are you going to choose Atlanta? Are you going to choose Orlando? Like, you don't have a local team. So I think it's so common for you to have two teams. You know what I'm saying? And then in Europe, what I've seen, or in the UK, I've seen that you have the team you support and your local team. That's the thing I have seen. But most people, support their local team every day. They go out there and then they have a big team that they kind of follow on it. But you usually have one team. And for me, like, I have a second team. You guys know these two teams, right? It's interesting, bro, when you think about it. Because I get asked all the time, like, how could you like Sevilla and Arsenal? Like, what if they meet? And I'm like, well, I'm an Arsenal fan, but I also love Sevilla. These teams, like, when you think about it, bro, it's not hard to really support both of them because they don't play in the same league. It's not like I'm liking Arsenal and then I'm liking Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like a team that plays in La Liga and a team that plays, in the Prem. So for me, I don't see a problem with liking both teams. There is a hierarchy, but as I always say, like, there is, there is Arsenal and then there's Sevilla. Now, we have played each other, but I went to the Emirates as an Arsenal fan. And we battered them as well, right? So I have a half and half scarf. But for me, like, it means a lot. It means a lot to watch Sevilla. It means, like, I'm gonna watch them this weekend. I'm gonna watch Arsenal this weekend, right? Because I love both teams. But I think sometimes people kind of look at you different because you like the second team. Oh, you're not a real fan because you like a second team. I just think it's weird, bro. Because, like I said, being in America, we've got so many sports and our teams are so vast. It's so hard for you to like one team in an area. And then you have to like a team in a different area. So your college will be different than your NFL team. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Chris says, I'm split on the fan power. To be honest, German fans know what they're doing while English fans have words, no action. And 100% true, man. 100% true. Like, it's all, oh, we want to do this. I feel like English fans grumble. They just grumble. That's it. And Fraley said, watch the Melbourne Derby riot if you get a chance. I will star that. America has too many sports to only support one. And that's the thing, right? The thing with like European sport, let's say football, for example, you guys have relegation and promotion, and you've got local teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got local teams I live near Portsmouth, but around Portsmouth, you've got Pompey who are in the championship. You've got Fareham Town who are in like non-league. You've got Portchester who are in non-league. You got Waterlooville and Havant who are in non-league. If you go on the Southampton side, you got Hedgen, you got Sholing, you got Totten. You know what I'm saying? Then you have Eastleigh who are in non-league. You've got Southampton. So there's so many kind of clubs around there that you've got local clubs. Whereas the NFL, you got Miami, and then you jump all the way to Jacksonville, and then you jump all the way to Tampa, and you jump all the way to Atlanta. And then if you go west, the next team from Atlanta are the Saints. Or if you go up, like, you know, if you go northwest, if you will, right? You've got Tennessee. But then, you know, that middle bit with Iowa and Idaho, you ain't got nobody. So you just got to support who, maybe Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? You don't have anyone to support. So it's so spaced out that a lot of people will support, you know, the Atlanta Falcons, but then support Alabama, or support, you know, if you're living in Iowa, you'll Iowa college football team, but then you might support the Minnesota Vikings. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean, where a lot of people will have a team that's outside. They'll have a second team because it's so spaced out. For me, I like watching La Liga. I because that's how I started watching football in general. I started watching La Liga. So I love Sevilla, bro. It's near and dear to my heart. But I don't love them like I do Arsenal. I absolutely love Arsenal because of what it means, and because I also live in England. I've lived in England for nearly a decade. So I lived in Spain for 2 years, and I lived in England for nearly a decade. So, you know, Spain was beautiful. It was a time. I had a great time. I married my wife before we moved to Spain. We lived in Spain early in our marriage. It was beautiful. We learned so much about each other. We learned a lot about marriage. I learned a lot about the sport, you know, about football in general, and the Europa League and the Champions League. I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? It was like going to primary school. It was great. But then I moved to England, and I learned about Arsenal, and I learned about the history. You know, I went to my first matches. So yeah, I will always have love for both teams, but I'm Arsenal, man. I'm Gooner Rican. I just want to talk to you guys about how you felt about that. Let me get into the comments. My local team is Carlisle United. In National League, 5th tier English football, suffered back-to-back relegation from League One to National League. Last 2 seasons, lost to National League. Oh, man, it sucks. I remember Carlisle United. It's one of those teams, like, Carlisle United, one of those teams used to play in FIFA, you know what I'm saying, FIFA, you know, because what I like to do in FIFA, or FC or whatever, I like to, like, pick, like, a random team in, like, League 2, League 1, and then just bring them all the way to the top. But the weird thing about the FC 26, you bring them all the way to the top, then they just go back down. Like, they don't stay around there. So, yeah. So yeah, it's not something you kind of see often. You know, like Carlisle aren't a team that you see often. So I get it. I get if you support them, because I mean, what are the chances that they're playing Liverpool? My lips are dry, sorry. What are the chances Carlisle gonna play Liverpool? Like, even Sevilla, what are the chances they're gonna play Arsenal? In the 10 years I've been supporting Arsenal, I only remember us playing Sevilla once. There might have been another one, but it was the one time that we played them, maybe twice. But it was one time we played them in the Emirates, and I went. So it doesn't happen frequently enough for it to be like a rivalry for me. You know what I'm saying? But I can't be like, oh, I love Sevilla, and then I love Real Madrid. Nah, man. I love Sevilla. I love Arsenal. Two different things. I love them equally and differently. No, probably not equally. If I had to take a guess, if I had to be honest about the percentage, it'd be like 65% Arsenal, 35% Sevilla, or 60-40. Let's say 60-40. Because I love Arsenal. I got Arsenal everything, but I also have Sevilla stuff, as I showed you guys. Also, what the government just did in Tennessee is an absolute abhorrent bit of an off topic. But I don't look at American politics anymore because it just make me just sick and throw up everywhere because I'm just so annoyed. So yeah, big up Fraley. What was that preseason game? 6-0 in it. Jesus, 2-3 goals. Can't remember. You talking about Arsenal? So yeah, I don't remember. Or Jesus, 2-3 goals. Mark Hughes is the head coach at Carlisle United too, and they want him out, and rightly so because of his football. Mark Hughes, jeez. Oh, you talk. Oh yeah, Sevilla. Jeez. Yeah, bro. Chris, you're National League now, South. National League South. Jeez. It's also hard to get out of there, man. Because another team that's close to us is Eastleigh Football Club. The training ground for the Southampton Stags, the University of Southampton, is actually next to the it's like separated by a row of trees, but it's next to Eastleigh's football, Silver Lake, I think. It's either separated by trees in a road or something like that. But when Eastleigh play and they score, when we used to be at practice, you can hear them. You can hear like the fans cheering from our training ground. So that's a cool thing. But they never actually got out of the non-league. So I was hoping that they made it to League 2. But yeah. Damn, bro, I used to play in National League South. Crazy they dropped to one above that. Jeez. Yeah, man. It's crazy. Like a lot of the teams that I used to, I don't know, like, when you play FC and you hear like the random scores, like the old games used to be like Gillingham 1, Carlisle 2. Like that's how it used to be. I just remember certain smaller clubs because of that. Like this random. It's just random. That's how my brain works, guys. Liverpool and Carlisle United played each other once in my lifetime. September 2015 League Cup, 1-1 at Anfield. Liverpool won in pens. One of Rodgers' last game. I was there. Really, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So Chris, since you're in the chat, how do you? I know that they don't play each other, but how do you prioritize watching the games? Excuse me. How do you prioritize watching the games? Like, which club do you prioritize? Do you prioritize Liverpool, and then if you can, you watch Carlisle, or do you go to Carlisle matches and then if you catch up with Liverpool, you catch up with Liverpool? I'm just curious to know. And same thing with you, Fraley. How do you do the Melbourne? Because I know there's a time difference with Melbourne. So how do you prioritize those things? Revolutionary said that's why I tried doing Football Manager. Yeah, man, I like taking the team from nowhere and just, I wish they had some of the non-league teams, to be fair. It's probably too far because, they got all the leagues. But, yeah, man, it'd be nice. I'll be honest, with Liverpool, Carlisle, one-off game, fine, whatever. I'm choosing Carlisle as that's where I'm from. See, my local team, Inter Miami. And they're very low. Well, they're not local anymore. But where they used to play is actually right down the street from where my mother-in-law lives. And where they play now is right next to the Miami airport. They'll never play Arsenal unless they make the Club World Cup. And then there's it. But I'm always going to choose Arsenal over there. I would love to see Miami, because I'm a Miami boy, win. But I don't watch the MLS. So for me, if Miami lost to Arsenal, you know what I'm saying, I'd be more gutted if Arsenal lost to Miami than Miami losing to Arsenal, if that makes sense. Because I don't really follow Inter Miami because the MLS makes me sleep. It makes me so sleepy. Freddie said Emirates Cup. Yeah. Preseason versus Sevilla. Yep. Where Lamella was getting booed hard. Yeah. I forgot Lamela played. You know what's crazy too? So I look at Sevilla, right? I look at Sevilla, and bro, you know they still got Alexis Sanchez on the team. He actually scored the winner last week, and they also have Neil Maupay on the team as well. And I'm like, bro, Neil Maupay and Alexis Sanchez. I'm like, that's crazy. But yeah, who else did they have? I mean, I think Rakitic ended up going back there. I know how Jose Antonio Reyes was there when I first started watching him. May he rest in peace. Yeah, bro, you get a couple of like ex-Prem players that pop up, like, you know, Sevilla, Villarreal. You're like, oh, look at you. And yeah, Carlisle played Eastleigh twice this season nationally. Yeah, bro. And you can hear it. You can hear it from our training ground. It's pretty cool. I used to play for HRBFC and got Bournemouth trials, but never went because I blew my knee. Oh, that sucks, really. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. That sucks. I was never good enough. Well, no, that's not true. I was never tall enough to actually play in the NFL. While a lot of my classmates, you know, they hit that, you know, the summer when they turned 16, they started hitting 6 feet. The summer when I turned 16, I was like 5'6", dude. So I knew then, I knew at 16 I wasn't making the NFL. So I turned to my studies, which is what landed me at university in England. I turned to my studies. So yeah. It worked out because I got the coach and I got yeah, I knew in high school once I didn't grow, because you can't be a 5'6" defensive tackle or defensive end. Back in those days, I was playing outside linebacker and defensive end. And yeah, 5'7" is probably what I got to in high school, and now I'm about 5'9", 5'10", 5'9.5", 5'10". But that's not even then. Even now, I'm not tall enough to play. But you look at guys like, you look at guys like Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett. Them dudes like 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". I can't be 5'10" playing in positions, bro. So yeah, I stayed in my lane and played in the UK. But yeah, it sucks. If they play at the same time, if I'm at home, I watch both at the same time. Legal devices. I hear you, Chris. I do it too, though. I will put, because I've got Peacock due to having like my US number. I still have that because my dad calls me. So like it's part of my kind of thing. You get like discounts on Peacock, you get discounts on ESPN, you get discounts on Disney and all that other stuff. So I watch it on Peacock. And then yeah, Sevilla. For some reason, in America, all of the games come on ESPN. So I watch all the Sevilla games on ESPN because ESPN plays La Liga, which I love. So yeah, I actually get to watch Sevilla matches more easily than I can watch Arsenal matches, because all the Arsenal matches usually aren't on Peacock. Sometimes aren't. When they're on NBC Sports, that means they're on the actual cable TV, and I can't watch those. But ESPN is always available for Sevilla, which I love. Frederick said Victory plays 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. UK time, so very easy to follow. You mean 6 p.m.? Oh no, you mean 6 a.m. So they just play all in that time period. Oh, so you can watch anytime because you're up. You're up then. I hear you. With Arsenal. Very, very, very easy to follow with Arsenal. I hear you. Most of the time I go watch Carlisle games home and away, easy to get tickets than Liverpool. And that's the one thing that I considered, because I live near Portsmouth. I could probably get cheap tickets to Fratton Park. I mean, for a season ticket at Fratton Park, it probably cost me about $400. And I thought about it. I thought about doing it just because I love football and like to actually experience it. But my goal is to get to Sevilla and become a Sevilla season ticket holder. So I can follow Sevilla home and away, because I'd love to do that. Fraley said sometime 4 a.m. Oof. Super early, my boy. Super early. He clutched it last week. You talking about Alexis Sanchez? Yeah, bro. I had, bro, when Alexis Sanchez scored that goal. Oh, he said 10 a.m. Okay, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. I hear you. So it's early. So you can watch it before like the work day. Watch it before, you wake up. That's good. Bro, when I watched that Alexis Sanchez goal, I got flashbacks to Arsenal. I was like, this is the guy that made me fall in love with Arsenal. I always tell, bro, the reason I became an Arsenal fan was Alexis Sanchez. I make no kind of qualms about that. My wife and Alexis Sanchez. That's it. So, yeah, that's the reason that I'm an Arsenal fan. So when he scored that goal, I was like, not only are you one of my favorite players, but you also are trying to keep it close, man. Keep it close. Isco, yeah, Isco played as well. I thought Isco played for Betis. I'm not sure. Fred said my career was done at 18. Sadness. Very peak. My granddad had the same at Newport Youth. That's tough, man. And I think it's harder for football, man, because it's so infectious. And once you kind of do football, it's kind of done. Because the one thing I will say, right, about American sports, you blow out your knee in American football, you still have an opportunity to get into the coaching pipeline. Whereas when I see people kind of blow out their knees or have injuries in football, a lot of them don't go into coaching. I think maybe because it's more difficult to become a coach. I mean, I was reading Sober, and he was like, the coaching badges take a long time for the UK versus the rest of Europe. But like, I know a lot of good coaches in American football who were players who had injuries, and they loved the game so much they went into, one of my mates, when I'm gonna get on here, he played and then he stopped playing because he had a bad back, but he's trying to get back into it, but because he misses it every now and then. But yeah, Revolutionary said D-line, you need to be like 6'2", right, and like 280. Yeah, I got a 280, right? The 280 I got, but yeah, the 6'2" is not what I was blessed with, unfortunately. And it's crazy because all of my brothers, most of my brothers, my half brothers, are all 6 foot, and I'm 5'10", but I'm more handsome than them, so I guess it's a trade-off, to be fair. But yeah, Freddie said 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. I got you, bro. I wake up at 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. because of work, more time. Yeah, so you ready, bro? You ready? And Freddie said it costs too much to become a coach in this country, and that's what I was reading, bro. Like, in America, you do your coaching course, and it's a thing that I love, right? So, like, if I lived in America right now, I go do my coaching course, my USA football course, I do my clinic, and then I could go to a high school, apply to a high school, and just work the high school coaching staff. And it's not like I don't have, bro, I'm from Miami, so you got Miami Northwestern. Where I used to live in Miami, I went to Miami Central. So around me, within probably, like, I would say 30 minutes drive, you had Miami Central, you had Miami Norland, Miami Northwestern. Edison is not that far a drive if you're on 95. Miami Springs is not that far a drive. If I wanted if I wanted to go a little out, you have Booker T, you have North Miami Beach. You know what I'm saying? Around where my mother-in-law lives, bro, you got Plantation, South Plantation. You got Coconut Creek. I've got a lot of places. You know what I'm saying? Marjorie Stoneman Douglas is up the street. Like, I've got so many places I can coach American football. Not to mention the universities. If I got good enough to go at a university, not even the big ones. You got Florida Memorial College. You got FIU, FAU. You've got Palm Beach State. I mean, Palm Beach State probably. Miami-Dade. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've got so many options to actually coach American football. And That's not even including the city league, the semi-pro league. There's so many things I could do. I just have to get my coaching badges, which ain't hard. But in this country, I don't see a lot of people doing that. It's not a lot of people doing that. And like you said, because it's so expensive. And like I said, I was reading Tony Adams' book, and he was talking about like he's lucky because it's more who you know and having the funds to do it. And that's kind of weird to me, bro. And I think about that, like, he said America's has options. I think about that more like when you look at it, the English pipeline, if you will. Like, if FIFA ever made a rule where, you know, the only people that can coach a national team are people from that nationality, what would England's options be? You ever think about that? Like, what would England's option be? Eddie Howe, Sam Allardyce, Sean Dyche, yeah, man, help me out, chat. Who else would England have that could coach England? Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, if you want it. But how many, like, does England have as many elite coaches as say Spain? I mean, the top coaches in the leagues. Think about the top coaches in our league. Like, just the top coach. You got Hansi Flick, who's not, or Hansi Flick, is he German? Austrian, I think. You got Vincent Kompany, who's Belgian. You have Pep Guardiola, Spanish. You've got Mikel Arteta, if you're including him, Spanish. You've got Luis Enrique, Spanish. Diego Simeone's Argentinian. You know, and then you've got, you know, your Italian managers. Like, but in football, what English coaches do you have that are top tier? I mean, England's coach is Thomas Tuchel, who's German. Ancelotti, yep, Ancelotti, Argentinian. Like, this is the problem, and this is why. And like I said, I follow England. I'm an England fan. I'm also a Spanish fan. Now, when it comes to the two teams, national teams, I've explained this, right? I am Puerto Rican. Puerto Rico is my first team. It is my everything team. If Puerto Rico had the pool that Spain has, yeah, your boy would be decked out with Puerto Rico kits. Because that would be my team. I back them. And I do back them. But let's be honest. Oh, Ancelotti is Italian. Yes, he is. He is Italian. Did he coach Argentina though? Who coaches Argentina? Somebody coach Argentina. My brain. I thought, because I know Ancelotti coaches Brazil. But anyway, right? So when it comes to like my national team, Puerto Rico is my first team. But because I've lived in England and in Spain, then I kind of support England because I've lived there longer, and I also support Spain because, right? So that's my thing. But when I think about kind of the best coaches in world football, not a lot of the English coaches are in the conversation. And, you know, when you look at, I mean, Gareth Southgate, if Gareth Southgate is your best option to become the coach, the head coach of the England team, the manager of the English team, bro, bro, and this is what I think about. If you look at most of the top teams, France, they can choose Deschamps, they can choose Zidane. You know, they have manager. If it was just, but I look at England and it's like, bro, if England chose an English manager, they're not even on the same tier, wavelength as some of them other guys. Portuguese, like Portugal. Jose Mourinho. So you looking at Spain could take Pep Guardiola as a national team coach, Jose Mourinho for Portugal, Zinedine Zidane for France. Germany, you could have Hansi Flick or Thomas Tuchel if you want. Belgium, Vincent Kompany if you want it. You know what I'm saying? Brazil. Who's it? I mean Dunga, but I'm all right. So Argentina, Diego Simeone, like England would be in trouble. And the reason why is because they don't actually put enough into the infrastructure to get young kids to be coaches, to get young kids who have injuries like Fraley. Imagine Fraley if you had the injury and they said, "Oh, you got injured. Do you love football? Now we'll get you into coaching. We'll pay for you to become a coach." Because you have a football brain. You'd have more young coaches who could go up and be in the international thing, be in and Freddie said, if I was a baller, I would definitely do it. But you would have more opportunity to get those young coaches in and build the national team, build the infrastructure to go forward. That's what you would have. So, but England is they're very closed in with how they do things. And I feel like coaching is kind of a boys' club because you see the same coaches. You see all of the coaches are former players who were in the England setup. You never see just like a rando who becomes super huge. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you do see English coaches, but they're in the championship. Yeah, overlooked. So yeah, I would just like more coach. But yeah, that's my bit. That's my bit. That's my bit on the two teams, bro. That's my bit on the two teams. I love Sevilla. I love Arsenal. They rarely ever play each other, so I think that's pretty good. And yeah, bro, it's a good opportunity. It's a good opportunity. And I keep watching different. Like I said, I love La Liga. I love La Liga. And Fraley said, yeah, even Australia have hands, bro. You think about some of the African teams, like, bro, there's so many good coaches from outside of England. England does itself a disservice because they don't allow young people to coach. Even the guys that I had, and let me get back into the comments. German, Italian, Brazil, Scaloni, I think. Yeah. Gerard, nah. And yeah. So, and yeah, I think there's so many, there's a missed opportunity for England to do better, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Our next topic is wild kits. So I wanted to talk about this, and I'm just waffling. I appreciate the ones of you who stuck around, who are still watching. But I did want to show some of the kits because we talked about this previously. I love a wild kit. I love a kit that's just off the wall. It's crazy. It's got a pattern. And I'm gonna show you a couple of the ones that I have because that's what we do here on the Waffle House. We always show a wild kit. I will start with. I got about 2 or 3, maybe 4. This is one that I like, and I'm pretty sure you guys asked about this one. So this is the Arsenal Jamaica kit. I do have it. I love this one. I wore this one. I actually wore this to Jamaica. Now I think about it. I went to Jamaica and I knew I was going to Jamaica, and I was like, I'm wearing a Jamaica kit. So I got this. I love this kit. I'm not Jamaican. My wife is part Jamaican, but this kit looks good on me. And I've shown you guys the I got a thumbnail with me on it with some sunglasses. But yeah, I love this kit. Arsenal Jamaica kit. I like the pattern. Just oh man, it's beautiful. This is a beautiful kit. I wish that they could have made this into like a away kit or something, bro. This would have been nice. But I love that one. And Fraley said, Canada have crazy kits. And Fraley said, I'm wearing that right now. WTF. I love that shirt, bro. That's like I have to stop wearing it because they get worn pretty easy. But yeah, I love that kit, bro. I'll be chilling. I'll be chilling that kit. That's one of my favorites. But yeah, that kit. The second one, it took me a while to find this. But if you've ever ridden the London Tube, Arsenal released this, and I love it. Because it looks like the chair, and I thought they were joking until I actually took the tube, and I was like, "Oh my god, the tube seats look like this." But yeah. So there's another one. Freddie said, "Nah, I didn't get that because I hate the tube." Listen, listen, Freddie. I've lived in the UK, but I'm still a tourist sometimes when I go to London, and I wanted this. I wore this one. I've never worn it on the tube, but I wore it at home. This is one, and these are my summer shirts as well. So usually when I go out to, when I go on holiday to Spain or I go on holiday to the Caribbean, this is what I'm wearing. I'm chilling in these because they're also thin. Like they're also thin material. You probably can't see me, but they're thin. They're thin material. So yeah, I do like this one because I like a crazy pattern. So yeah, that's the second one. And then thirdly, I got this one this season, and Freddie said they are breathable. They are, Freddie. This kit, when I first saw it, I knew I had to have it. It's either this season, last year, I don't remember, but I needed it. I wore this kit to Tenerife. These are all, I think these are all pre-game shirts, pre-match kits, or whatever. But I wore this bad boy to Tenerife, bro. And I saw the color. I was like, broski, I love color. Like, I love the crazy shirts. This joint right here. And then they got me because it's just got the cannon on it. And I was like, yeah, I got to come up out the money. So yeah, I love this kit. One of my favorites. I love an Arsenal warm-up kit. I also I've shown you guys the Ian Wright kit. I have the Ian Wright kit as well. And Fraley says not too keen on that one. Yeah, the warm-up kit. You don't like that one, Fraley? So my mate Woody, man, he's a tall guy, and every time I show him the kit, he's like, "You can pull that off." I can't pull that off; it don't look good on me. But I like color. Like I like being color. But also, as you guys can see, also like a nice, simple, like black shirt, which we'll talk about that one in a minute. He said, "I mean, it's a like, bro." It's out there. It's out there, but I love it. It's one of my favorites. And then my last crazy shirt that I have to show you guys. This is a Spain pre-match kit as well. So the badge is discolored. I got this for £15 because the badge it's supposed to be gold, but I didn't care. I don't care if it's discolored or not because I like the shirt itself, the pattern. But yeah, this is another pre-match shirt, and this one will be out for the holiday. But as I told you guys, this year we're repping Spain before England. We'll be repping both, but I'm gonna get more Spain stuff this season. So that's how I'm gonna start my World Cup get with the Spain kits. Like I said, I love color. And Spain has this thing that they love using their reds, their blues, and their golds. So I do like those. And yeah, that's my kits. Doesn't make sense for the club, in my opinion. And it's a thing, Fred. A lot of the warm-up shirts, like, you know what I'm saying? So like the one last season, there are a couple I'm just kind of like, I feel like you're just releasing stuff to get money out of us now, which we know that's what the club do. And fairly say, yeah, buff Spain kit. I love the Spanish kits, bro, and I want more. You guys already know. I've been trying to just wait. I'm like Randy Orton. I'm trying to wait to hit the RKO on that Spain kit I want. And then, as I've already shown you guys this one earlier, it's not a crazy shirt, but it's the JVC, the remake of the 92-94 shirt. Tony Adams on the back. And I love this kit. It's one of my favorites. It's absolutely beautiful shirt. And apparently it's lucky because we wanted that shirt as well. That's probably the shirt that I'm gonna wear to the title parade, to be fair, if we get there. Mr. Arsenal, yep, got a statue. Got a statue outside the Emirates. And let's see. Let's see. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. Let's do the next bit. There we go. So I wanted to show you guys, and we're heading into the next bit of the chat. And of course, we're doing the kit part, kit chat. And of course, I've been seeing this, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have been seeing this. The Arsenal home kit has been spotted for sale. That looks like it's in JD Sport. So this is what it looks like. And yes, that's next year's home kit. That's what it looks like. First thing we kind of noticed, and we talked about this before. First thing you kind of notice is it's got the red, like the whole red current thing. And then it's got the actual red stripes. The stripes are thicker as well. And then you've got the lightning bolt on the bit. And this is the long sleeve. I don't mind the long sleeve. I just don't like this bit at the bottom. Like the cuffs, I'm not a fan of. Because they look thin. I would like if the cuffs were a little bit longer. But this in a short sleeve, that right here, yeah, bro. The more I look at it, the more it might have to get bought. And Bradley said, he said, they ain't clean. The more I look at it, the more I might have to cop that, bro. Imagine with the Champions League badge on it, maybe in gold, or the Premier League, you know, maybe in gold. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm taking that. I'm taking that, Fraley. Big up to the chat. Big up everyone who stopped by. And it's got that old bit. I missed that bit on the stadium as well. That's how I first saw the stadium, with like Henry, Brady Adams. You know what I'm saying? And Baston, like the old bits. But I like how they have it up close now. You're looking at it. I mean, the collar is fresh. We got Deal instead of Arwanda now. That's the old kit. I said Arwanda, but I know it's Rwanda. I'm just being goofy. But that's the old kit as well. And that's gonna be the jacket, I think, for next year. Yeah, clean. And Fraley, you did mention the other one. I did see it earlier. Because I want to go through some of the other. Here we go. And big up. Love the away in third for next year. I'll get into it, Fraley. That's what we're here for. Is Deal. I don't know what Deal is, bro. I have no idea what that is. I don't know. Access. Adam Almino, big up. He says I prefer Wanda. Yeah, Deal kind of. I feel like the Wanda, this typography and the Emirates fly better. Like, I feel like it works with the shirt. But Deal just looked like somebody just wrote it on a typewriter, and that's it. But like Fraley said, Rwanda is just too controversial, the whole deal and stuff, the politics behind it. But as far as how it looks on the actual kit, it just worked. I think you became used to it. But they've gotten rid of it. So this is the away kit. Yeah, they've used the old bruised banana kind of thing, and they've gone red. In my opinion, I'd have made the red a little bit deeper, like a little bit darker. So yeah. Adam Elmino said, looks like someone can't spell with diff. Yeah, look like they tried to say like deal, DEAL, and they just messed it up and they just put a period there. I hear what you said. I hear what you said, bro. It's wild stuff, bro. I don't know. Maybe it's one of those things we have to grow to like, but I hear what you're saying. They could have picked something else. I mean, but to be fair though, Adam, to be fair, right? You could have, like, you've seen those other ones, like you've seen those other sleeve sponsor that just clash for everything. Like they don't look like anything to do with the club. They destroy the actual kind of aesthetic of the shirt. So I mean, yeah, while it looks funny, at least it's the same color and it's just words, and we can live with that. At least it's not a one of those betting sponsor that's just ugly and then it's like brown and yellow and the shirt's green. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of thing. Fraley said, so sexy. Ray and Nephew should sponsor us. They should, all the Jamaicans in the club. Yeah, but probably be drunk like Trossard looks like he is. And then Fraley with the laughing gas. But yeah, I look at it. Let's see if they got more pictures. That looks nice, bro. When you look at it, it looks nice. Like I said, I always love the Canon. Always got time for the Canon, bro. The Canon is beautiful. I definitely feel the Canon. But yeah, they if they got the Canon, if it's just the Canon on there, yeah, it could get purchased. You look at that though. That looks like it's peeling. You see that? It looks like it's peeling. I don't know how I noticed that, but I hope bro. I hope we don't start peeling like that gray kit with the pink letters, bro, because it'll be diabolical. Adam said Trossard with the beard goggles. Yeah, bro. With the Ray and Nephew. He looked like you on Ray and Nephew every time. And Freddie said that Chinese, yeah, that Thailand, bro. This looked like a Thailand special. But if this is what the shirt looked like, I'll take it. But I like that, bro. That's clean. Listen, if we win the Champions League or the Prem, I'm getting everything with he said Trossard is Ray's nephew. That's funny, bro. Yeah, we win the Champions League or the Prem. Yeah, bro. I'm getting patches, I'm getting names. You know what else too? Guys, what color do you think is gonna be on here? And Adam said no deal for me. Like what color numbering? Like, because on the home kit, you're probably gonna get the normal. What do we got? Our home kit, we got white and like the white and gray. So you probably get that on the home kit as usual. But like, are they going for yellow? Are they going for red? Like, what color do you think? Or, you know, I mean, in the Prem. So, but this is the thing. This is the thing, Fraley. Look at the shirt. There's no white on it. So why would, like, for me, why would you put white on there? I mean, it's got to be red or yellow, surely, to keep with the aesthetics of the shirt. I want to buy some of these. I want to buy like the River Plate one. I think. Let me see. Adam said, "I'm getting these seasons kit if we win the double at a discount." And Freddie said, "Adam, they won't discount if we do." I don't think they'll discount the shirt, but I think they'll give you like free printing or something. That's what I think will happen. I think they'll give you like free printing on the shirt. Because they're gonna try to make that money if we champions. They're trying to bop us for some more. But I saw this shirt. I think I saw this River Plate shirt on Classic Football shirt. It's expensive. But I would definitely love to buy one. But yeah, I would love to get one of these. This shirt right here, bro. Every time I go into the Army, I just can't bring myself to buy it. Now, if we win the Prem, I'm gonna have to buy it because the only shirt I don't have. But I don't know. It just hasn't grown on me yet. But yeah, I definitely like this shirt. Think numbers have to be white in the Prem, white or black. I think they have to be white or black. Because I don't remember. I don't know. Because did West Brom have red lettering? Did they have red numbering when West Brom were in the Prem? I don't remember. Yeah, they make it free player for free print for the player versions. Yep. And Adam says we need a yellow kit again. Hold on, Adam. Let's see what they got. Hold on, time out. Don't worry, Adam. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. This is the rumored third kit. And it looks like it's going to be it's yellow, definitely. But I don't know if it looks like it's navy blue. I want to say that's navy blue. Yeah, that looks navy blue. And the red trim, this is supposed to be our third kit. And Freddie said it's grown on me. Can't lie. The way shirt. It still does a little bit of growing. It still needs a little growing for me. Freddie said Adam after the tennis ball. I don't trust Adidas. Listen, I love that kit, Freddie. I will not have slander on that kit on this channel. I love that kit. What I don't love is that I got Odegaard on the back, but I love the kit itself. That's one of my summer shirts as well, everybody. Fred said piss yellow again. I just want I want that yellow that they had during COVID. I'm pretty sure they'll show it here. Will they show it? This one. This one right here. This shirt right here. I like this shirt. This was a good away kit shirt. Or is this our third shirt? I think it's our away shirt. Bro, what I would pay to have this man in his prime in this team. This man right here in this prime in this team. Whew. Whew. Bro, feeding the Glock. Feeding the Glock. Feeding Martinelli. Feeding Sock, bro. This guy right here. Mesa. Oh, so these are supposed to be the shorts. That's interesting. That's an interesting combination. What I do like is the kind of like the red current type deal. It's interesting. This I feel like should have been our away kit anyway. Adam says looks kind of pale since the 2017-28 season redesign. Clubs is chosen from white, black, navy, red, or yellow with have chosen from white, black, navy, red, or yellow, usually contrast and detailing. So you're talking about the numbers. So yeah, man, I think they should have yellow. I think yellow should be on that kit. And for this one, they should definitely do navy. But yeah, looking at the kit itself, I mean, that's an interesting combination. And Freddie says, buddy, Australian open kit. No slander. That's a beautiful kit. David Luiz flashbacks. Yeah, bro. And he said, nah, they don't work them shorts. Yeah, bro. I don't know if that's just light. I mean, I don't know. I feel like maybe the socks should be yellow. I don't know. I don't know. It's this combination will have to grow on me. And I feel like that's one thing I can say about my time with Adidas kits. Usually I buy 2 kits of the 3. Like I never buy all 3 because there'll be one. I mean, the home shirt you have to get, but then there'll be either the away or the third shirt, and I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? I have to choose, and I usually choose like the more eccentric of the shirts, but yeah, it's usually what I go for. And Freddie said red numbers will go hard. What, the red numbers on here? Like the Adam says I don't love it. And Freddie said not a fan of the yellow kits, can't lie. Haven't got a home kit since 2020. I buy them when they're on sale. Except for this season, the dopamine got me. They had Glockerez. It was a 10% off because I'm a member. Glockerez free printing, and the shipping was also free. And I said, purchase. And I did. And then, as I told you, I got the third kit at a vintage shop. Adam Amina said the black and gold kit. I have that kit. That kit, Adam, that kit deserved a trophy of some sort. That kit was too perfect for us to not have won a trophy. And I'm still gutted that we didn't. I feel like the manager probably should have been sacked for not winning a trophy in that. I'm just saying. But yeah, I love that kit. Been stocking up on the odd color ones, bro. I like I said, I just showed you guys. I like the crazy colors, crazy patterns. I love that. Now on the blue one, okay, red lettering on the blue one. I hear you. That kit slaps. I like the black kit, bro. The last two black kits have been top tier. Yeah. Yeah. I do like a black kit. I ain't gonna lie. I have them both. Yep. So yeah, there's the Arsenal third kit. It's gotta grow on me. I'll go back to there's a one with all of them, I think. Oh, there we go. And this is the one with all of them. So that is what essentially our kits will be next season. Home kit's definitely getting bought, and I think that the away kit will be the one that I'm getting as a second one. The third kit will have to grow on me. The home kit and the away kit. That away kit I'm definitely wearing on holiday back home, and it's probably going to be worn to my first match next season. I like that bad boy. And Fraley said that Link's Africa kit is one of my favorites. I actually wore that kit, and I showed you guys. I wore that kit to the Champions League semifinal. Yeah, I wore that kit to the semifinal, and yeah, I wore it to the semifinal, and I had the jacket as well, and I loved it. And Adam said, "Fairly, you remember the yellow O2 kits with the badge in the middle? You mean?" Sorry, guys, the toe fungus is back. You mean this bad boy? This is what you're talking about? Or are you talking about this one? I don't want to access more content. Let me watch this thing so I don't get copyrighted, so I can actually show you guys. Okay. I gotta watch it all the way through, apparently. It's mad peak. Big up Vince Staples, yeah. I don't know what's going on with that site. It's the one that I liked. But now it's not doing what it does. Because it's making me watch a whole thing and I don't want to. So, but yeah. Yeah, we prefer the blue. Nike knew how to do yellow kits, yeah. And Nostalgia carries that kit. The one thing I do say though, I love Adidas kits now. I think they're very good. I think they've been solid for the most part. Okay. Now it's giving me Club America, and I don't want that. All right, so we're back. Back to the toe fungus. My bad, guys. This is the only site that I know actually shows you everything. But my favorite was the home kit. Listen, this kit right here is my favorite. I told you guys this already. I love that kit. I have it hanging, obviously. I want this kit, but it's hard to find it without the O2 cracking. This one's all right too. My next kit that I definitely want though, that I want to find This one's hard to find. But I would definitely like to get one of these too. I have this one, the 98, 99. I want this one as well, 97, 98. Or 96, 98. This one I want as well, this blue one. Also would like to get my hands on this goalkeeper kit with the star on it. I think that'd be freaking dope. Or one of these. I try to keep the toenail out of it, guys, because I have this kit and I realized that it was a 92, 93. Freda said toenail. Big up Vince Staples, his new Crybaby album. I don't know about Vince Staples. Big up. Club America have amazing kits. Yeah, but the sponsors usually ruin it. Have that 0304 blue one, Henri. Lucky, bro. Lucky you got that one. Get the 89 yellow kit. Let's see. But it's the toe fungus always gets me. This one right here. Yeah. See, the club actually sell these kits, but they're not the Adidas ones. They're like the club made one. I don't want that, bro, because it's not the same. I want the Adidas one. And my wife said, wow, I don't know what I've done. Wow, maybe I'm looking at kits, or wow, maybe I've been here for so long. I'm pretty sure she'll explain wow. Aussie keeper kits look mad for World Cup. She said, I come check on you and you are on foolishness. Close it down. We're talking about kits, like historic kits, love. We're talking about historic kits. I'm not buying anything. I haven't opened any sites to buy anything. We're just talking about next year's, and now we're talking about historic kits. They have the star on them too. The Aussie keeper kits, yeah. And Fraser said, oh no, Stony, time to skedaddle. Yeah, bro. She been quiet. She looks at the thing. She just pop in every now and then. But I think she can smell when I start talking about kids, bro. But yeah. And she said, okay, carry on. All right. Thank you. I'll be done soon. We just waffling now. And big up to everyone in the chat for sticking by, liking and subscribing and all that stuff. I appreciate you guys. And Freya said she'd be watching the bank account, bro. Not even these because we live in a flat, bro. These dudes deliver right to the door, and she's here all the time. Like, she works from home, so bro, I can't even hide, bro. Like, I come home and it's just sitting in the hallway. Like, oh, you ordered something else. Like, I can't get away with it, bro. I can't get away with it. So yeah. Adam says away win at Anfield 20. We have the book somewhere. I got the book somewhere, Adam. The 89 book. I got the book somewhere. We're gonna read that book too. It's on the list. It's on the list. I don't know what a book is. It's something like this. But yeah, I have actually read it, but I don't know where it is. I don't know. I haven't It was under me. The one that I pulled out was the Arsenal Stadium Mystery, but I gotta finish sober so we can get into it. But he said, damn, 2-0, Michael Thomas. I'm 23, and even I know that. Well, that's because you know the history, Fraley. Rest in peace, David Rocastle. Yeah, I have his book as well. And if you guys are new, if you haven't come by here, if you guys are new, I will be doing the Gooner Rican book club. We're gonna read Arsenal books. I always put these books out every time, but we do have, the Invincible, Arsene Wenger. We even got Sir Alex Ferguson because I want to read about greatness, whether it's Arsenal or not. But I do have the Rocastle book. I have the Rocky book, so we will be reading that one. Ian Wright as well. And of course, Iceman, Dennis Burkamp. So yeah, I have a lot of books to read. A lot of books. Said Rocky, Sad Face, read into Cliff Baston if you haven't. I shall. And What a Player. I will look into it. But yeah. Off of Arsenal, because I always like looking, and I promise guys we will be closing up soon. Because I told my wife. Let me see. I like looking at other kits as well. You got an Argentina pre-match shirt. It's got too much going on for me. I have not. I have to look it up. Oh God. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it, Fraley. I like just for Bance. This is what Spuds will be wearing in the championship next season. It is that yuck. So that they'll be looking very fly in the championship. Did I skip? And I like seeing this as well. The final vote for the worst football kits. And you know what's crazy? Some of these aren't like, oh, that one's kind of ugly. I like this kit. I like crazy ones. The only thing that's crazy is the sponsor, but the shirt itself, I kind of like. Yeah, this one, interesting. Yeah, that was a little bit yup. That was all right. There's nothing wrong with that one. That one looks like the old Windows program, like Windows 98. I don't know what's going on with that one. This one, brother, brother. And this one's just purple, which is fine. But, brother. And then the best football kits in April. The voting. Let's see if we can get these. Ooh, a Mexico kit, bro. I like that though. It's not my color, but I like it. I mean, I don't see how. This is Copenhagen. I don't know. None of these kits. I like this one though. That one. They're just plain to me. Freddie said, yup, Spuds Championship. Short. LOL. Adam, we keeping them up probably. If City drop points, put out the under 18s versus West Ham. Second last attempted swamp terrain. We need guaranteed 6 points from Spuds next season. Yeah, man, I would like them to stay up so we can get out that guaranteed 6. Big up to the man like Dark Side. All right. Dark Side Uchiha. Big up Dark Side. And man, like Dark Side, they're all quite boring. And that's the thing, Freda. I like the crazy kit. That's why I come on here. I like looking at crazy kits. And see, we were talking about Club America. It's not, to me, it's not Club America's best showing. That one actually pretty looks good. What I do like is that it's good, but the sponsor the sponsor is okay, and it actually matches with the shirt. It's not like the Home Depot and stuff. Let's have a look, Fraley. Let's have a look. You'd hate Melbourne Victory. Our kits are the same throughout the years, can't lie. Actually, give him a quick search. We had time right away, link. I was ahead of you, Freddie. Don't worry. Adam says Bimbo on the back. Heck no. I think Bimbo is bread, I think. I can't pull it up because I don't know what happened to it, Freddie. But I mean Adam, let me know. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, they definitely have a style. You know what it reminds me of, Fraley? Bordeaux. See, your boy know football kits. But the only thing that between Melbourne Victory and Bordeaux is Melbourne Victory's their V is kind of out. It's like this, whereas the Bordeaux V is deeper. That's pretty much it. But hey, I wonder if there's actually history, or like where Melbourne Victory were started by like Bordeaux fans or something. But yeah, it's the same. It looks like the same kind of thing. So yeah, he said yes, 100% up the victory. All right. So going back in the kits, I'll do a few more, and then I'll chat with you guys for a little bit, and then I'll dip out. Give me 2 seconds. Make sure I got that. Earlier kits were sick. Let's see. Because I like looking at everybody's kits. Liverpool's home kit, I'm not sure. Earlier kits was sick. Koscielny stuff. Yeah, bro. Koscielny went to Bordeaux, I think. Bro, Liverpool kit. I don't know. I know that they have all red and you have to do something different. But this look like they won't be challenging for the title next season. They've got the candy thing going, but this ain't it, broskies. This ain't it. I'm glad they didn't make the shorts the same thing because it'll look funny. But and Adam said I hate that guy for disrespecting the shirt. Yeah, bro. There's a million other ways you could have done that video. And he was the captain as well. Weak sauce. This Liverpool shirt, nah, bro, it's not for me. It's trash. It's trash. It's trash for me, bro. Going into United. It's plain. It's a plain shirt. I mean, it's nothing to write home about. Although I look at the shirt, that's weird. It's not like a button. It's I don't know. I don't know what that is. It's just a spring. Yeah, that's mid as well. I don't know, Adidas, bro. What else we got? What else we got? Dortmund goalkeeper kit, man. This right here, right? This is what I want to show you guys. Cause this is on my list of shirts. I don't know. Like, I'm not a Bayern Munich fan. I don't watch the German league. But this right here, broskies, this might get purchased. I mean, if my wife is listening, no, honey, it won't. I just like it a lot. But no, this right here, bro. I like a crazy shirt. I mean, it's got a different badge on it. Bayern Munich in that font. Bro, I like it. Also, Bayern Munich, I think this Bayern Munich's away kit. That's fresh. It's simple, but it's fresh. That's the one from this year, I think, the Oktoberfest. But this right here, bro. Yeah, bro, this right here, if they release this and I can get my hands on this bad boy, it's getting purchased. I just showed you guys, I love a crazy kit, and this is one of the crazy kits I want to add to my collection. I think it's you know what, Fraley, you know what it reminds me of? Fraley said the last one was mid and not sure on that. Fraley, you know what it reminds me of? That Tottenham kit from a couple years back that was like it was like green and purple, and it like a galaxy. That's what kind of like what it is. It's just everything kit, but I want it. It'll probably make the ugliest kits list, but I want it. Roman, this is what I mean, guys. This is what I mean with kits, right? This kit is so nice. Like, this kit to me is so nice, but this sponsor just ruins it for me. Eurobet. If you made this kit, this Roma kit without this sponsor, top tier shirt, bro. Top tier shirt. But the sponsor kind of ruined. Yes, it's the same color, but it's just an ugly sponsor, bro. And green and white. And they say get the kids version. They can't get back. I can't fit a kids version though, but I hear you. But yeah, Roma's always got some fire kits, bro. I like this. We can do it. Let's look at some of the rivals, what they're doing with their kits. Villa. And I don't know if Adidas are doing like this throwback thing, but this looks exactly like this looks like exactly like the Man United. The template looks exactly like Man United, and they just switched it to make Aston Villa. And I will do Fraley. Now that right there is a beauty, in my opinion. The colors, and I love that Adidas do this. That right there we can work with, guys. We can work with that one. This one is actually pretty nice as well. This kit, I can work with this one. Badge in the middle, bro, and then you put the Europa League badge on there. Yeah, bro, I can work with that. Big up Aston Villa, but the home kit is mid. Home kit is actually mid. See what Brentford cooking. They haven't released much. It's just what Brentford's probably just gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be that. It's gonna be very basic. I'm not pressed. Let's look at Chelsea. Looks like Burnley. That's quite nice. Reminds me of Netherlands, and the Brentford shirt is dead as usual. Yeah. Chelsea. You know what's crazy? This is like Villa did. This is something I actually like. Big up social said BBK raid for Deadford. Evening social. And it says eel. I mean, the shirt itself is dead. Big up Flybury. And there the dapping's going around. The shirt itself is dead. I do like the crest, but the shirt itself is boring, bro. They've done this pattern. They've done the pattern in it, but it's trash. I wouldn't expect anything more from Chelsea, to be fair. I mean, this one actually looks all right, but Enzo's wearing it, so it's dead. Big up Flybury. Fairly's in the house. Big up Quaja. Welcome in BBK Sports and Raiders. Thank you, BBK, if he's in here. Appreciate it. Sub the dark side. Big up Suge. What the is that? And this is just a basic shirt, bro. It's ugly. But it's probably wait, let me see the last one. Let me see the third kit and see if it's all right. This shirt could have been something, but this gradient at the bottom ruins it. It absolutely ruins it. Make sure you sub to BBK Sports. Now, if it's like this, it's all right. It's still plain, but it's all right. But, you know, it's Chelsea, bro. Dead. All three of those kits kind of dead. Gonna be horror. Let's get into Leeds. Actually, my bad. Big up Andre Fitzgerald. And Freddie said, don't mind the old badge, but bro, yeah, bro, they dead kits, bro. Now, Leeds, I like this kit. The only thing that I don't like is the Red Bulls. Like, the Red Bulls mess the kit up. And I've seen shirts where the Bulls aren't red. So I don't understand why they can't make the Bulls a different color. I think they make it a different color for Salzburg. But it's all right. I just think the Red Bull logo just destroys it, to be fair. I don't know what just happened. I clicked on Leeds away kit, so they have a. Yeah, they've hit the wrong link to that one. And this was just a plain. Yeah, it's just a plain black shirt, bro. I see the Leeds kits are great. And Salzburg have a sponsor embargo. That's why they aren't allowed to be majority owned by a company. I get you. So that's why. But, bro. Let me go back one. Big up to everybody who stopped by. I appreciate it. BBK for the raid. We just doing our kit talk now. But yeah. Let me look at Leeds. Leeds away kit. I don't know why it's done that, bro. Hold on. Will it? There we go. We can actually get one. That looks like Calvert-Lewin. Okay. Now, see this. This shirt is nice. This shirt right here is nice. The Red Bulls are not red. There's no clash. And they've got the old Leeds United badge. That's a beauty. That's a good shirt. It's got the nostalgia. It's got the new badge on it. And it doesn't clash with anything. I like that one. I like this shirt. Leeds has some nice kits. Yeah, I generally like any black jersey. So do I, Suge. Yep, there you go. Old badge, really nice. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That old badge is all right. That's a good shirt. That is a good shirt. Let me see. I can go back to. All right, so we did Liverpool's home. I think I already told you. It looked like candy cane trash. Let's look at their away. Now their away kit, Liverpool away kit, is simple, but I like it. I like it. I mean, you can't really mess up red and white, but it's simple. It's got the old badge on it. Have that old badge is a 1998 card from Prem Merlin. Interesting. That yellow reminds me of the old Swedish jersey with the smunk on it. Liverpool home. Yeah, bro, it's trash. Trash. Love the old badge. Yeah, bro, that's a beauty. This is a beautiful shirt. Oh, look at that. From 1973, UEFA Cup competition final tie. Look at that. Versus Mönchengladbach. That's a nice shirt, guys. Liverpool away. We got it. Liverpool's third kit. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. If I wasn't an Arsenal fan, that might have to get purchased, bro. You guys know I love a burgundy. You guys know I love, bro. You put the cannon on that. Oh, we cooking. We cooking. You put the cannon on that, bro. You put our cannon. Bro, you put the Emirates on there? Yeah, bro, it'd have flown off the shelves. I'd have bought it now. Fraley said, amazing history. Love shirts that have a meaning to a certain era or game. Yep, not bad. I like that. And actually decent, that third kit. Adidas padding up, please. Yeah, bro. Liverpool, they do. That's not even me hating. Liverpool have some great kits. The only thing I would say, the home kit's kind of meh with the crazy thing, but that as a lineup of kits, that's pretty smooth, man. That's pretty smooth. I can't even lie to you. I can't lie to you. All right, on to Manchester. I apologize in advance. I mean, Manchester, I've seen this kit doing the rounds. It's kind of dead to me, bro. It's just baby blue. It's a baby blue kit. It's dead. And then they got the gradient white pants. It's dead, bro. It's dead as I hope their team are next season. Now this one, this was interesting. It's a B. Is it a B? You guys know I like a crazy. You know I like a crazy shirt. This is very interesting. And the black and gold is all right. This is okay. It's not great, but it's unique, and the colorway works. Yeah, it's all right. I can't even be a hater. It's okay. Freddie said, yup, and yup for all three. They think they're Brentford. Yeah, bro. Dead food. This is all right, actually. The regular badge, it's kind of plain. I don't know why they show me all the little stuff. Oh, no, I lied. It's not. It's weird. These side panel things make it weird. Yeah, this thing is weird. Yeah, it was fine. Yeah, that's a no for me. If it was just plain like this without the side things, I'd be like, all right, cool. Sue said, I like the black, but that blue is definitely a miss. Yeah, bro. Yep, that BS under. I don't know what that is. Let's get off of them, bro. Yep. We've looked at Manchester United. We saw the home kits fairly plain. I don't know why these ads keep popping up. Fraley said they're minus 120 point kits. Yeah, they're championship kits. Puma have done City. Puma were doing us dirty as well at the end. But yeah, we went to the United home kit, plain, boring. Their away kit. I mean, they always come out with like a blue kit. It's all right. This looks Freddie said good. Bun City Puma kits are trash. And then Fraley says all mine are rubbed out to hell. So are mine, bro. The Puma kits, like some of the lettering coming off, it's just weird, bro. That's why I don't wear them. Adidas tends to hold. Sue said I don't like that blue. To me, Sue just look like a France kit. Like if France came out with this and you put a French badge on there, I think it'd be kind of fly. I mean, United have had it, but you know, this is a history of United's blue kit. As I said, they love a blue kit. But yeah, it's all right. It ain't amazing. Now this kit here, Fraley said even the badge curved up. That's France. Gooner SE, big up Gooner SE says look like the French kit. Fraley said, yeah, the Euro kit is the same color. And Sue says my Puma kits are either fading or things falling. Yeah, same. That's why I don't wear them. I keep them in the closet. I pull out Puma kits every now and then, but I usually wear my Adidas kits because they hold better. But Puma kits, no. I actually like this kit. And I want to flex on you guys. I like this kit. This I like as well, the rose. But this kit I like, and not even being a hater, the devil by itself, the middle is cool, but the Snapdragon for me kind of takes it away. If this shirt didn't have a sponsor on it, I think it'd be top tier. It's literally just you've got the thing, and then you got that thing. So yeah. It's a side stripe mind pale instantly. Their third kit, look at the badge placement. It looks like our third kit this season. Yeah. It's soft. Getting into Newcastle. Can you say barcode, everyone? And I know that there's not much you can do with stripes, but that looks very barcodey, bro. It looks like a barcode. This shirt looks like you go through Tesco and you're going to get scanned. That's what it looked like. It'll ring the shirt up again. But I do like the red. I mean, not the red. The white, black, and blue. But bro, yeah, that's a barcode, my friends. This I like, and see, Adidas does this very well. It's plain. Well, it's not really plain because it looks like bricks. But I like the Newcastle Football Club, the old badge. I like that. Fraley, it was the Puma logo or names for me. They should have options of taking a sponsorship I was going to buy. I wish they did because I wear a lot of my kits. That's why I like the national team kits. Suge, I never got names because of how offered they were. Yeah. Scan that at Tesco. Nah, why are we saying the same stuff today? We just got the same brain when it comes to kits, bro. Same brain. Fraley, I put my name on the back. Smart. I prefer left, right place badge supplier as opposed to center place. I like center place. Which is why I love this kit. Because I love this. This kit for me is near kit perfection, in my opinion. And Super Suji. And Gooner Essie says the Newcastle kit is not for those with OCD. Yeah, bro, looking at them strikes, you go crazy, bro. But this is a good kit. It's a basic kit, but it's a good kit. And then the third kit, pink kit. It's basic. They got the monochrome Newcastle United. It's mid. Nottingham Forest. Like I said, not much you can do with the red. I don't know about this one, man. It's man, bro. I don't know what to call it. Next. Let's see if they can redeem themselves with the away kit. Brother. My Nike anniversary kits are still pristine. Yep. Decent. That Marge will like it. That Marge will like that. I mean, if you're going for the forest look, you got it. I don't know about the highlighted green, but Fred said WTF. Gooner SC said all Newcastle kits are black and white, and their badge hardly has any black and white in it. I think that's I think that's why they've kind of made it monochrome. And Fred said March is Mumsy. Oh, thanks. Because I didn't know what March was. Thank you. Gooner SC says Shrek of the Forest. Yeah, bro. The Shrek kit. Yeah. Oh, I see. They have a history of doing it. But it's ugly. It's my opinion. It's that yuck. And finally, I apologize. We have to do it. We have to look at the championship kits. Bro, not even being a hater, right? This is what I mean. The Tottenham shirt is the perfect example of just sponsor clashes, right? You've got a team that literally hates a team in red, and you got AIA big and red over the thing, right? And then you have this big ugly purple sponsor. Bro, it's ugly. It's atrocious. It's basura, right? Just like their club. The snot kit, yeah, yuck. That yuck, bro. And then nice toilet paper, yeah, trash. Wipe your butt with it. I pose a little sus though. But anyway. Listen. This is an ugly shirt. This shirt is ugly. How you got this, and then you got this random line, and then you got, bro, it's ugly. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Nah, bro, I'm good. I'm good on that. Tottenham sure do know how to ruin a kit. They know how to make kits. Bro, all three of these kits ugly to me, bro. And that's not me being a hater. I love purple. Purple is one of the colors I love. This is ugly, bro. I wouldn't wear this if it was an Arsenal shirt. Arsenal is awesome as a sponsor. 23 likes so far. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Appreciate it. Spuds more like Forest last year, third. They just copied. They love them. To be fair, I didn't like our home kit last season. I almost like the third kit was slightly better. Yeah, I hear you on that one. The home kit last year grew on me. I actually wore it, but yeah. So yeah, we've looked at them. And then of course, because this is a bipartisan channel, we will look at the Sevilla and we'll look at Sevilla. So you know Sevilla is going to be white. We know this, but I have looked at this. It's kind of all right. The collar is kind of meh if they had it going down, but because they've just started Sevilla, I don't expect the Sevilla shirts to be that great or like that intricate. Because like this one from this year looks like a teamwork kit because the first year. Second year, I don't expect it to be that great, but I do like it. Sevilla's kits are always white, so we know what we're gonna have. And then the away kit, this one I want. This is I like. I like it. The monochrome, old school kind of kit. Yeah, bro. That right there. Oof. I want it. Our last from home kits have been mid. Fred said, "Oh, Sevilla have nice aways and thirds usually." Yes. And that's sexy. It is a sexy shirt. I like that. If they get the sponsorship right, because we got Medea. If they do this on that, yeah, I gotta get that, bro. Especially if Alexis Sanchez playing in it, it's got to be got. Let's just look at the other ones and then I'll go. They haven't gotten Atleticos yet. Yeah, I saw this, bro. Nope. No, thank you. I just saw Spurs rematch kit on Rewind. I thought it was a City kit for a second. Have a Girona shirt. Interesting. So random, yeah. The season they made the champs. I got a whole bunch of La Liga kits. I'll pull them out next one for the next Waffle House, hopefully. And then what their third kit doing? It's all right. Bring him to the club. Mastermind. But he couldn't beat Arteta. I'm sad. Barcelona home kit, you know what you're getting. They always have crazy kind of things. It's different, but I don't know. I don't know if it's for me. This one though, I want to get. I love the Mamba stuff, the Kobe Bryant stuff. Yeah, bro. I might cop this one. Nah, Rick, I need to show you some of the kits I had. I can't lie. I have a rare Bayern shirt from 2 seasons ago. To be to the half and half. This Mamba thing getting purchased though. Look at that badge, bro. Yeah, this is a nice shirt. I like this one. I like this. The Black Mamba. Yeah, bro. I'm gonna have to cop that. Third shirt. This looked like the shirt they did when Dino was playing for them. They always have kind of the Kobe. What's the supply for Barca away kits? That symbol is Nike, but it's Kobe's Mamba. It's Mamba brand. So it's kind of like when they do LeBron's, like LeBron is Nike and it's LeBron brand. It's still Nike, but it's just Kobe Bryant's brand, the late Kobe Bryant. May he rest in peace. Real Madrid. I'm not a fan of this, And the reason I'm not a fan of this is because those big stripes, bro. I just feel like the stripes are huge. That's just my opinion. I'm not a fan. Now the away kit, it reminds me of our green kit from a couple years ago. I like it. The only thing that's funny is the Real Madrid Football Club. It's got the pattern. It looks kind of like Fraley, that's pink, I think. Nike, Kobe Bryant, yep. I think it's pink, Fraley. I love that green kit. Yeah, I got the green kit as well. But yeah, this is nice. I like that color. And then finally, I think this is the pink kit. It's kind of basic. Why does our away kit have the Adidas Originals badge, while the third kit is the one with the current Adidas badge? I don't know. I think they always have one with the old school, just to sell kits. To be fair, I think that's what they do. And I know sometimes they have the old school kit, the trefoil, when they have the cannon on there. But yeah, this kit's kind of mid, bro. So yeah, mid kit, bro. I do like Leon's kits. It's different. Because they're playing us. PSG, man. I like the darker blue. Now this Leon kit I like, right? And this Leon kit looks like how it looks similar to how they did our kit. Because you see look at that. Now this is a nice shirt. This is like the nice red current and the red. For the TV colors. Mid, I love that purple Real kit. Yeah. Real usually have good kits, but those were mid, bro. That's lovely Leon one, and yeah. And big up Jim Arsenal, a Napoli fan. I don't think I've seen you here before, but thank you for stopping by. And you know what? Since you are a Napoli fan and you're in the chat, why don't we see what Napoli's coming up with? Oh, they haven't got them out yet. Sorry. They haven't leaked anything for Napoli. But I do want to see Como. That's a nice shirt. This is what I like, bro. This is a nice shirt. It's got the old school badge. You've got elements in different colors. Yeah. And said, oh, I get it. The Leon has a lion on the badge. Yeah. Leon. And big up to you too, bro. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate your time. These are the old Como ones, but this one's nice. This one's nice. It looks like an old school shirt. And I think Adidas are doing this thing where they're bringing back the old school badge. We've looked at the away kit for Roma. Let's look at the home kit. Monochrome is kind of basic. It's kind of basic. I don't like the monochrome badges for Roma. I like this one. I love that the wolf head. Let's see if they put it on the third. Oh, brother. Oh, no. Oh, no. Bro, oh, God, that's awful. No, that's awful. Oh, I think I threw up a little bit. That's gross, broski. Bro, it looked like it been in your closet for 5 years, bro. That's rough. I hope that they joking, bro. Nah, fam, that's rough. Bro, this shirt looks like it fell into the river and it's been sitting at the bottom of the river and they pulled it up and that's what it is, bro. Dog. Brother. Nah, fam. That Roman ruin is simple, but I like it. That third kit is, bro, awful. Awful. I'm disgusted. Como is classy, yep. And Fraley says it looks mold, bro. It's gross. It's absolutely gross. I can't believe I looked at it. They had me going in the first half, not gonna lie. Juventus, yeah, bro, Juve is the same thing. You know that you're gonna have the stripes. I don't like when they do this. I don't like when they do that with the back, bro. I don't like when they had the back open. But I know that they have to, I think. So, hey, this dude should be also coming to Arsenal. He shouldn't even be in this kit. Bring Yildiz to the carpet. But yeah, it's basic. It's Juve. You know what also, guys? I don't like the Juve. I don't like the Juve badge. I don't like the new one. I like the old one with the horse. I like that one. They could have stuck with that. But I don't like the J. It's very lazy. I don't. So I think these are the 3 kits. Pink joint. See, I like that, bro. The horse. That's a kit, bro. That's a kit. The horse on this kit would have been fire. Yeah. They're decent kits. They're not like too out there. They're not too basic. They're all right. They're. Wait a minute. Am I tripping? Is that a fire pattern? Yeah, it looked like a fire pattern, bro. I did not see that before. Interesting. Freddie says it looks like Blue Cheat is awful. I don't know why, but Jeep ain't that bad as a sponsor. No, because they make it look the same. They made it look the same. That black kit is nice, though. We've already done all the other ones. We got to do the 2 Milans. We can't walk out Milan. As with Juventus, you know what you're getting. You know, blue and black stripes. You know what you're getting with Milan. See, once again, I like this kit. He said that's sick, dry. I like this kit, but the sponsor messes up. It looks almost like a Yankees. Sue said I had a laugh. I got sent a photo from Costco. They sell a fake international jersey prep for the World Cup, but they have Italy. Stop it. Stop. They have it. Italy not there, my boy. That's crazy. Italy's crazy. For you to have Italy in there, bro. That's diabolical. This shirt looks like the Yankees, but I hate the sponsor. This one's all right. Once again, hate the sponsor. Suge, that's literally illegal. Yeah, well. But, or is it them really bad fake? It's probably like the ones that don't look anything like the jersey and they say like Italy on them and stuff. I know America be doing them. I missed the Pirelli on the front of the Inter Milan kits. But yeah. And Freddie, I think it's some really bad fakes. Yep. But I like this shirt. Once again, I think the sponsor just takes away from me. But yeah. Nike again. And then Milan. And we talked about Puma. Lazy. The stripes are too big for me. It doesn't look great. Say hello with the national crest rather than with the flags, bro. With the flags. Yeah, the stripes are too big for me, bro, on this one. This one I actually like. Look at that. I like that on there. That's pretty dope. The pattern is kind of interesting, but yeah, I'll take that. That's pretty dope. Puma dead food though. And we talked about Puma for the World Cup. Captain Pulisic. Oh, Luka Modric. Very plain shirt. Puma. Boo. Boo. Boo, Puma. I'm not doing Bundesliga. I'm not doing MLS. I'll do Ajax, and then we'll get off of kits. Ajax, you know what you get in the home kit, but I think it's either the way or the third that I like. Yeah. This one right here, Ajax, bro. They got the old school badge. It's black. It's got, and even though it's got like the weird stripes, this kit's nice. Ajax, bro. Yeah, bro. This is a nice shirt. This is a nice shirt. Yeah, yeah. Ajax's kits. They come with the fire for their away kits. And that third kit's pretty fly as well. I actually like it. That is a holiday kit, guys. The old school badge, there's 3 stars. They've got a wavy pattern. Let me read your comments. Puma dead. Yep. Everything feels so dry. The LeBron James of soccer. Yeah, Christian proves it. Ajax. Yep. Class. That old badge. Fire. That Bob Marley Ajax kit was top tier. Yeah, it was. PSV got a third kit. What they got? See, this is different. It's different. It's probably got some kind of meaning to PSV, but it's Puma again, and we know what they do. Benfica's is normal. All right, that's it for kids, guys. That's it. That's it for kids. I'll leave kids alone for the night. Because I've been on here 3 hours and 23 minutes, and I didn't expect to be on here that long. But big up to the 8 people that have stuck with me. I appreciate it. But when I'm talking to you guys, it's always class. It's always easy. So that was our kit section. So I appreciate you guys. The kit chat, we're done. And we'll do the community waffle and the community shout out. But yeah, man, thank you guys so much for sticking around so long. I think this was a good one. I just wanted to touch bases with you guys. I will try to do the Waffle House more often. I've tried to do it on Friday nights because that's when we can just have a chat. I mean, we did 3.5 hours tonight, but we had we're just chilling. We're just chilling for now. But thank you so much, everybody who stopped by. I appreciate it. Everybody who's had a conversation. So just to kind of say to my upcoming shows, if you guys missed it, I'm gonna play it again because I just love it. And stay for the outro as well. The outro is pretty good. But I'm proud of it. But I did make a new outro as well, which you guys will see in a minute, if you stand by that long. But yeah, upcoming shows. What do I have going on? Tomorrow I probably won't be on anything because I do have to do some domestics for the first lady. I promised her that I do some things around the house. So I will get those done. Sunday, I'm gonna go watch the match with my mate Woody, but I will have a preview. So what I'll do is I'll come 2 hours before the match, and I will kind of talk up until the team sheet comes out, go through the team sheet, what I think, call it a day, and then I'll go watch with my mate, and yeah, then I'll do a match review when I get back home, and hopefully it's a good one. And then we don't have anything throughout the week, so I'll try to do some midweek shows. I do have something planned. Hopefully we can get something with Dark Side and Boring Bob. I have a couple shows. If there's nothing that I have planned, then maybe I think I'll start the book club in the midweek, just because we can have those conversations and we can start that book because I really want to. But yeah, that'll be happening. And yeah, after the match, if all else fails, we'll do another Waffle House. We'll have another chat. I'll just be coming up with stuff to think about, stuff that comes off the dome. But I appreciate you guys for sticking by for so long, for chilling with me, for having a conversation. Big up to Fraley, Suge, Cooper, all the guys who stopped by. Adam Elmino as well, who was in here as well. Yeah, Gooner SC, just, you know, all the people that stopped by, social joins as well. Yeah, that's what I have going on. So I will be back later. And then, as I said, we'll talk about Arsenal. Hopefully, we'll be having great conversations about how we're winning the league. And how, you know, we'll be planning to meet up at the trophy parade and such. Freddie said, big up G, catch some Z's. I know wifey need you. Yeah, she probably sleep now. She ain't been in the chat. Big up to Suge. Thank you so much for stopping by. Freddie said, home of dopamine. Yeah, that's me, bro. The home of dopamine. So I'll end, as I always tell you. I hope that everything. I hope you guys had a good week. I hope you had a good week. I hope that everything you want to happen this weekend happens. I hope everything that you don't want to happen goes away, leaves your life. But most of all, I hope you enjoyed the show, and I hope you return to the channel. I hope you return to Gooner Rican TV. And yeah, if you have any ideas, if you have anything you guys want me to talk about, put it in the chat. We'll have a big talk. You know, we'll have a good time. Big up Fraley, big up Jenna. And with that, I'm calling it a night. Y'all take it easy. And remember, watch the outro, because that's new too.